again, but I think we're all set. I think we're set to jump back into Scale the Depths. Had a fun time playing this one a week or so ago, I think a little bit less than a week ago, and did our first session there. Now we're jumping back in for session numero dos. And like we were saying last time, we didn't see every customer that was possible, but we solved, and actually maybe we did. It says customers 23 out of 23. We of course did the boss customer. We found all the treasures, and yeah, we found Loch Ness, all that jazz. We did great last time. With that first area, but now we can go ahead and jump in to the second area. This one isn't quite level open yet, but it looks like there's 2 more levels beyond the initial one. So let's jump into I'm actually not sure how to pronounce this one. Huatulco, as I'm guessing how you pronounce the actual city, but I'm guessing this is the state it's in, because of course Mexico does have states, which is at least, or maybe they call them territories, but like I think I want to say they call them states. 25 customers in this one, and 8 treasures to find, whereas there was only 7 in the previous one. So, which means we'll have like a whole slew of different little fellas to talk to, little customer fellas, and different fishies to find, all kinds of goodies await us, my friends. The H isn't pronounced in this one. Should be Huatulco. That makes sense. Thought this was a fish, but now it's just a rock. That's right. Yeah, I had a really nice time with this one. I like the RPG elements. I like the incremental nature of the game. I like the exploration of each little level and trying to find the secrets. It's pretty neat. It's a pretty neat little game, and I like it a bunch. And as you'll see in the chat every so often, there'll be reminders that this is a Dare Drop campaign game. So, of course, that means that there will be a link that that you can click if you wanted to get to the Steam page quickly. All you need to do is just click the link that just pops up every so often, that just automatically pops up in the chat, at least in the Twitch chat specifically. But the reminder, of course, is there will be giveaways we're striving towards, and if you wish to have a chance at winning some of these giveaways, if you'd like to enter yourself into the raffles for the games that we're giving away, make sure you pop in the Discord server. We actually already have some giveaways that are open to join in, some raffles that are open to participate in. We'll draw the names for the raffles that are open right now. We'll draw those on Friday, and there's more where that's coming from, so make sure you check the Discord for the deets. So yeah, we know there's at least more legendary creatures out there. We found the Loch Ness Monster last time. She was very pleasant. She was very polite. Very, very pleasant interaction. Looks like we're going in with I guess the idea is that we spent all the money last time, but we did carry over the little shrimp fellas we're finding, which is nice. So we can look to see what awaits us. We of course had upgraded a lot of things to their to what was previously the maximum amount, but yeah, we got the repellent and the rusty iron bucket. But yeah, we have a whole bunch of new stuff that's available to us now, which is great. It's the cosmetic stuff, and some of it's a little bit expensive, a little bit on the expensive side, but we can do it. Global collection, that's exciting. There's baits to find eventually. Current customer likes and dislikes. That's kind of nice. That'd be really nice, actually, but it's expensive. What's the bubble wrap do? Scaling a fish caught with this bait, they'll be less likely to take damage. I guess that's the idea, is that if you're too rough, you might kind of nick the fish and affect its meat quality, which is no bueno. I like to not affect the meat quality if I can help it. Oh, whoops, wrong button. Yeah, because I want to look to see the things we found so far. Yeah, the collectibles. I remember trying to click around, see if there was other interaction points with that guy last time. So we can check the previous location. So we didn't find all the fish at the previous place, and yeah, there was a few customer variants we never saw. I mean, of course, we saw generally the shape before, but there was one mermaid flavor we never saw, one horse lad flavor, one otter. We found the messages in bottles last time, which is neat. We found the artifacts last time as well, but there's new ones. There was also knives. It's interesting that I guess the knives are location specific. That's a little bit interesting to me. So now we're kind of starting over in some ways. So this is the starting knife. A little bit surprising. That's fancy. Fancy schmancy. Search for Hobbit OnlyFans. It brings up the Smithsonian Human Origins program. I'm a little bit disappointed that there are not any OnlyFans models that have taken on the Hobbit moniker. I would be shocked if they were naming themselves Super Hobbit, but I don't know, man. I feel like Hobbit Mommy Milkers just rolls off the tongue, so I feel like there's money being left on the table for these models not taking this as an opportunity, not seeing that there's dollar signs and them dar hobbits, them dar hobbit holes. Money, there's gold in them dar hobbit holes. And of course, whenever I think of hobbit holes, I'm reminded of our friend Chuck showing me that there is an antique store just like, I don't know, 20 or so minutes away from where I live that's called the Hobbit Hole. And I've taken it upon myself that I need to go there and see if do they like sell stickers or shirts or posters, anything with their brand on it, so I can have it very prominently on display, because man, oh man, I could be their brand ambassador. Could be their brand ambassador. Whether they or not they want me as a brand ambassador is besides the point. And I could do wonderful things for them. Wonderful things. I'm actually gonna not deal with the repellent stuff right now. I guess I can still equip this one. Oh, are we only allowed to hold 2? Oh, I see. Well, I'll go and replace that one just because I don't think we'll have the need for electrical hazards for now, at least. But I will toggle the repellent. Oh, yeah, there we go. So it's off right now. Just because I want whatever fish we can find, because we're, of course, looking to sample the flora and the fauna. Both the mommy milkers thing. What'd I say? Yeah. If there's a OnlyFans model that would take on the moniker of Hobbit mommy milkers or something akin to that. Although I don't know, man. I think I was cooking with Hobbit Hole. I think Hobbit Hole could actually have, or even Hobbit Hole Lussie maybe, could have some possibility there. I think the sky's the limit as far as we're concerned. Let's see. Okay, so I guess I guess the repellent is still being applied. It looked like he was running away. I thought that meant the repellent was being applied now. So I definitely want the small fellow. Yeah, it looks like the repellent goes either way. That's a little surprising. At least get this guy. Got his back against the wall, man. Yeah, I'm trying to get the small dudes. Here, maybe if I just go ahead and remove this one then. The banana peel, that is. Because in my mind, that would only apply if I activated the repellent. So if it's off entirely, then that like ×2 multiplier wouldn't even get applied, because that's, 0 times 2 basically. So we got a fishy. We found a message in a bottle. It seems like the so I'm trying to get that one. I was gonna say, it seems like the fishing line upgrades might have stayed there, because the fishing line upgrades seem like they're being pretty good. Like we're able to last a pretty good long while. I guess that's the thing, that maybe not quite as long as the first level, because in the first level we were able to go pretty far, honestly. But the bucket upgrade has definitely stayed put, because yeah, we can hold 9 fishies right now. What's this guy? Is that a fella? That's just a piece of wood. Just a sticky. Just a little sticky. So I'm trying to just go ahead and get 9 of them, just to kind of fill up what we've got right now. Doesn't have to be different species, but could be kind of cool. I see there's a suck pool over here. And it seems like it's, yeah, sucking downwards. Yeah, just some driftwood and some little fellers. Don't quite have enough endurance to go all the way out there, though. Can't go all the way out there. I think farther to the right. So we'll definitely need to do, like, big increases of our length. Some big lengthular increases. Can't get down to that treasure chest. It's just gonna be extra money anyway, so not a huge issue. Oop, got stuck. So interesting that some of the upgrades do carry over, but some of them don't, though. Some of the upgrades do not carry over. From world to world, from level to level. So you kind of have to, like, reinvest. And also the money amounts don't carry over. Maybe it's different currencies. Maybe the currency we get in Scotland doesn't carry over to Mexico. I mean, maybe the exchange rate or the interchange fees are just not worth it. Who knows? So this is effectively a butter knife, I suppose. Or this is area's version of the butter knife. Because the butter knife was the default knife in the first area. I'm kind of curious if I do this exclamation point dares. I'm not gonna do the alt tab, or I'm gonna do the alt tab, but I'm not going to do the screen share. I'm just gonna do a quick check to see what that one said, because I think it might have even specifically said butter knife, which would mean having to go back to the Scotland area, which is fine. We could definitely do that just to, you know, for wrapping up that one particular guild, or that one particular dare. They say it has to just, as long as it's a starter default knife, it's fine. Okay, it doesn't have to be the butter one specifically. Okay, works for me. Anchovy. There we go. We have a few of those, I'm pretty sure. Nice little rainbow fish. Rainbow, that's a cool word. Wrasse. Maybe, I'm not sure if the E is pronounced that way, but... There we go. As long as I don't nick this fella too bad, should still get the perfect rating. I think we're all right. There we go. Yeah, the perfect rating means there's no like red. So the bar fills up completely. It gets red if you like kind of go too quickly, and swing your blades too wildly into too haphazardly. Because that was what happened when we were trying to remove the barnacles before I realized the strat. And the strat is to descale it first and then remove the barnacles. Because I think the whole idea is if you're swinging the thing too quickly, you might nick some of the scales and kind of dig into the schmeats. And the scales, of course, you're removing, but the meats are what you're trying to preserve. But to maximize customer happiness and overall efficiency. Efficiency. Because they're fishes. Let's see what this guy wants. So we don't exactly know what he wants. I can ask him. Ask for preferences. Small fishies. So have an anchovy. This is just perfect. Do I have any other, so like that's a northern one, northern. So there's no other anchovy variants we've seen just yet, at least. Let's get another one of those. Get extra monies because we made him big happy. New customer fed, new little axolotl friend. Now we got a coati. I'm not actually familiar with these guys. Got a little white nose and a cute little tail. Seems like a nice little friend. I like easy to catch. Would you also like one of these little fellers? One of these little anchovy fellas. Now he really likes this one. Oh, that made him big happy. He loves those. Unlikely encounter in these vast seas. Magnificent frigate bird. Magnificent. Fancy looking fish, he says. I've got an eye for treasure. Well, I don't know about fancy looking, and really none of these are fancy looking, let's be real. I'll give you all that I've got, basically. But I don't think any of them are going to make him upset. But none of them will blow his brain. He likes the small fellas, of which I have none. Oh, he didn't like one of those. He didn't want like one of those. Well, which was the one he didn't want? He does not like the rainbow wrasse. Okay, so he likes the sergeant. Panoramic sergeant major. So we'll definitely look for more of those. $392. That's not bad. Dive time and speed would definitely be good. Yeah, because that's almost like the first thing to focus on, because that lets us explore a lot more. Also, yes, first I did find out that yes, the shopping cart has Among Us. I don't know why. I don't know why the shopping cart has Among Us. I have no idea. And also, well, I know why. I know that instead of Amazon River, it's the Mariana Trench. Like, I understand where they're going here with the logo. I understand. A little silly. Now, what I did not notice until now is the :3. It's like it got the funny internet face fell up there. That's kind of cute. One back in, baby. So I definitely want one of these guys for the happy fish. Oh, in fact, here, there's a new one. Some kind of little blowfish fella. There's a barber butterfish. Butterfish, that's when you're dating a really pretty girl. She's really nice and really charming. And, like, by all measures, she's a winner, but like, she has, like, questionable taste in seafood. It's like, man, that girl's great, butterfish. I don't know. Butterfish? I don't know, man. I don't know, she might be a butterfish. Come on, I want the treasure chest. I will give the guy his fancy fish. He's going to be very excited about it. I want the treasure chest. Give me that stuff. Give me... It is a cosmetic. It's kind of cool. Another one of those guys. A little fish friend on that direction, too. So we have 3 more spots open. Let's grab that one, too, while we're at it. That's one of the wrasses. Rassled the wrasse. New fella just caught 3 banded, but ooh, look at this big fancy boy. That's a fancy boy. That was cool. Cool little noise. Oh, that one. All right, let's go ahead and do some preparations. As a default knife, this one feels a lot nicer than the butter knife that we started with on the previous level. It's small, obviously. Like, it's not as good as the fancy ones we had when we were near the end of the previous level. But it's still, like, just a step up from what we had to deal with in the first level, as far as, like, the default one goes. There we go. So we're kind of able to quickly go through these. Yeah, he's very large. He has a big forehead. A big fish forehead. I wonder if that means, like, skip areas. I wonder if that's what that means. Yeah. Are those barnacles? Yeah. 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 Gotta go a little bit fast. And once you remove the scales, you can do so pretty fearlessly. What I don't know is if it's still possible to fuck it up after you've removed the scales. Maybe in, like, either in this level or maybe in future levels, there'll be other mechanics where it's like, okay, once you remove the scales, that's great, but there's still other things you can screw up. Yeah, maybe that allows you to skip things. And, you know, that'd be an interesting mechanic, too, if you had customers that said, actually, I like the scales, leave the scales on, or I like the barnacles. I like the parasites, leave those in. So if you had to manually skip things, and of course it would make it not perfect, but if it would satisfy certain customers more. That'd be interesting. So like I said, we'll solve the barnacles last. Also like how if you fucked it up, if it's just a complete hack job and you've butchered this thing to death, you could just garbage. You could just bin it. Say, you know what? Fuck this thing. It's not even worth. Still some scales down here, by the way. There we go. It's like a quickness to it. There we go. Getting that pattern down is kind of part of the fun. Gotta get a feel for it. There we go. And of course, that's generally reserved for the spicier and fancier fishies, as opposed to the smaller fellas. The smaller fellas that are usually a lot simpler. There we go, friends. There we go. We got Aleph in the house. What's up, Aleph? Good to see you, bud. That's right. We did guarantee, maybe not guarantee, but did indeed get the giveaway keys for Rune Dice. I have them in my hot little hand as we speak. In my hot little hand. As that was the thing. I always like to say that, like, I like to wait until like the stuff is done. The stuff is in hand before I make any promises. Now I can make the promises. I can promise everything. Everything forever. Magnificent bird. Do we know what he wants? We do not know. I think he said he likes fancy things. Is that right? Fancy things. This one's kind of treasure looking. He's a butterfly fish. How about the sea chub? Yeah, I was gonna say sea chub doesn't sound very fancy. So dull. How about this one? The anchovies. Who's not gonna say no? Who's gonna say no to anchovies? What kind of dingus would be like so full of themselves to be like, ew, gross? If one of these guys, that'll make him big happy. He probably wouldn't like these. No, he liked him. I just saw that like the text was small. I wasn't sure if that was indicative of anything. Are we like a little robot guy? We are indeed a little robot guy. I don't exactly know why we're a robot guy, but we are. Not like the gaudy fellas. Are these guys gaudy? That guy's fancy. Oh, he loved that one. That one was just fine. All right, well, now we got some more dollars. Can't afford the toy rod upgrade. You get more. Actually, no, I cannot afford a bigger bucket. I could get a nicer knife or a better hook. Let's do the hook upgrade. I want to make sure I'm better at hooking. I want to be a better hooker. I want to be a better hooker for myself and for my friends and loved ones. I want to make sure I bring more. Oh my god, it's like it's so frustrating trying to like reverse things to grab something that you missed the first time. Be a better hooker for my friends and family, for those who depend on me. Depend upon me. Curious what's up here. It's a little teacup. It's an artifact. Cool. These little small fellas kind of by... Not really by accident, but just kind of while we're in this neck of the woods. I'm curious about the big guy. That's a big fancy boy. Uh-oh. Game? Oh, no. Oh, crap. Is it? Wait, oh, the game crash? No. Oh, that was weird. Hold on, hold on. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Was that the stream, or was that the game being weird? I was like, that was a very pronounced lag spike. I think we're all set. Let's jump back in. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, the game seemed like it was being a little bit squirrely there, but everything's holding together, so it did not crash, although it made me nervous that it was about to. Back into it, friends. I'll get that big guy. I was gonna say, I don't think actually I got the kill on him. And by kill, I mean capture. Yeah, we're seeing some hitches. Some hitching, which is a little bit odd to see. Not the kind of game that I would expect to have hitching of sorts. Not that it's the end of the world, but it's like, well, would rather not. Oh, there it is again. Yeah, it's like there's something around here that's loading and unloading very strangely. Go over here and get that extra monies, because there was some extra monies over here. Like I like spinning around. Oh, maybe it was further the other direction. Yeah, I think it was the other direction then. I want that guy. I want the bubble fella. Like very bulbous bubble fella. I think the treasure I saw was further this way. It was over here. Over here. Can I reach it? And I got it. Baits. I'm gonna master that one. Hell yeah, I probably made that joke last time, didn't I? That sounds like a joke I would make. I've got room for one more fishy. Try to get like a weird one. The small ones are great, but they filled the bucket quickly. Do I have one of these? I think I have one of those. I'll get one of those. Oh, I guess I have gotten one of those then. Never mind. It looked a little bit fancy. Still no knife upgrade just yet. Might do that one next, honestly, because the hook upgrade is nice, but the knife upgrade is also nice. Cortez C. Chubb. His name is Chubb. Name is Chubb, makes me happy. And also how one of the customers was like, ew, that's such a drab meal. Because he has like a taste for the finer things. The finer fishies. It's like, well, you're gonna turn your nose up at a chub? Come on, man. Everyone loves a good chub. Everyone loves a nice, pleasant chub. Right, Doo-Doo Dad? What's up, Doo-Doo Dad? Good to see you, bud. We got it. Perfect. Perfecto. King Angelfish. I can be your angle or your devil. You're so hot right now, but not as hot as Hobbit. Keep up with those messages, Doo-Doo Dad. Your checks in the mail, my man. Paid chatter, your checks in the mail. Saying nice things about Alex. It's a great way to do it, man. To your point, though, I'm trying to think of, like, what other fishing games I've seen. I've definitely seen some folks stream this game. I'm trying to think of, like, some other, like, fishing games or games that have fishing in them. Because, of course, when I think games with fishing in them, you know, I think of, like, RuneScape. I think of course, Animal Crossings, Stardew Valley, you know, like Harvest Moon, those kinds of games that have fishing in them, as opposed to fishing being one of, like, the main features of the game. So yeah, I wonder if there's, like, there's others that I've kind of missed that have, like, that as a central focus, or some that I'm just not considering. There's a horror game that's fishing themed that's not out yet, but has a demo out that I'm kind of curious about. Shockfire says, I'm noticing your chub. Noticing your chub. Admiring your chub. What's up, man? Good to see you, bud. What is a brown pelican like? What does a brown pelican say? I guess we don't know. We don't know yet. But he doesn't like the gaudy ones. How's about the kingfish? No. He didn't love it. But he didn't, like, hate it, though. So we haven't found what he likes. He does not like to see... This guy does not like the chubs. Not a chub enjoyer right here. What about a... like Panama. Panamic Sergeant Major. He's just okay about it. What about this guy? It's value 69. What's not to like about that? Or the anchovy. Okay, so everything else except the chub, he's all about. Or is acceptable of. Now, he likes the sea chub. Okay, there we go. Give him the goods. Give him the other ones. Very good. Well, look at this new friend. Fascinating. I have not witnessed one like you in quite some time. This is an... What's that word? Atolitan? Atotolin. Okay. I can go shopping. Another rod one? Yeah, let's do the rod upgrade and knife upgrade this time. Rod and knife. Got the fillet knife. Yeah, eventually the repellent would be nice. And eventually the bait would be nice too. Because that would be really nifty. Just quickly tells you what their favorite fishies are. The bubble wrap would be kind of fun too. But that bait one would be of nice convenience. Very nice. Yeah, certainly like MMOs or even just regular RPGs. That is quite a more common thing to see for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that one. And the sook. Ooh, something down here. Another message in a bottle. Hit the switch. Big fish. Get the big fancy boy. Want the fancy boy. Give me the fancy. Give me. Yeah, the fancy boy. That's the giant damselfish. I mean, we did rescue them. And by rescue, I mean abducted them and are about to kill them and eat them. Well, not eat them, but feed them to someone else to eat them. Is that a pufferfish? It's a yellow surgeonfish. Not sturgeon, surgeon. I am a surgeon! Sorry, I know. Dumb reference. Dumb fucking reference. What's up, E-Many? What's up, buddy? And, only extra... Wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, only extra mushroom pizza. Oh, so yeah, so you mean like... well, probably not only mushrooms. Like, there's probably cheese, there's probably sauce. But I know what you mean, though. Like mushroom is, like, the only topping. Just what are you snacking upon? I'm not snacking anything right now, but I am sucking upon. I'm nursing a Ramune beverage. Nice little Japanese soft drink. Very pleasant. Nice little... Not really a snack, but still a treat. It's a treat. Because I deserve a nice treat sometimes. But, no, funny you mentioned pizza. Gracie and I got to try out a new pizza place earlier today. And by new, I mean it's new to us. It's been around for a long time. It's actually, like, in the same little area as a grocery store we go to all the time. It's kind of along the same, like, strip. Like, building strip as a grocery store. And the name of the pizza place, I don't remember what the name of it was. It was, like... Sapritos or Saprinas or something like that. It's apparently a chain, and honestly, it's nothing fancy. It's nothing like fancy schmancy, but it's pretty chill, and it was very quick and like pretty cheap. And Gracie was saying how, like, when we got it, because normally she's a Papa John's enjoyer. When it comes to like your preferred pizza selections, you know, a lot of us will acknowledge that the best pizzas are going to be like the mom and pop places. You know, whenever you get into the question of like, you know, who's better, Domino's, Pizza Hut, blah, 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 you know, all these other pizza places. Well, there's no question that any sort of, like, small mom-and-pop pizza place that, like, does everything in-house and makes their own sauce and makes their own ingredients, like, obviously that's going to be better, obviously, than Domino's and Pizza Hut, yada, yada, yada. Ooh, I want this big guy. Give me the big guy. Yeah. Give me the big. Got the big. Apparently, I've already got one of those, though. So yeah, so it's not really a fair comparison comparing Domino's and Pizza Hut to those kinds of places. But sometimes it is a fun debate, though. What is your favorite pizza chain, at least in North America? And Gracie's favorite is Papa John's. Me, I'm a Domino's guy. But Papa John's is all right. And the place we went to today, it was really quick and it was really close and it was pretty cheap, honestly, relatively speaking. Get a lot of food for what you order. And she was like, I think I like this more than Papa John's, which kind of is a relief for me because the nearest Papa John's to us is like 20 minutes away. So it's a bit of a drive. It's a bit of a hike. So this one's way closer and way nicer, but not fancy though. It's still greasy, like American pizza slop. You know, you take anybody from Europe, anybody who grew up in Europe, anyone who's been to Italy, been to France, you know, been to places that do like really good high quality food. You show them American pizza and it's like you insulted their mother. It's like, bro, that is not pizza. And I get it. When you've had the authentic stuff, it's hard to go back. But as far as American pizza slop goes, the stuff we had today was actually pretty all right. Pretty good, man. This life's too short, baby. Just roll with it, baby. Just roll with it. Yeah, big fan of Papa John's and then the Domino's, yeah. No, the place we went to today, I think might be a chain. And they do delivery. But you're not going to like see them they're not going to see the commercials or anything. I think it's like a regional chain more than anything. If I had to guess. So I'll do the descaling first. Although if I'm really good, I can maybe do both. Yeah. I'm going to go for it. And snap. Yeah, get his ass. Yeah, this knife does a much better job. Has a much bigger surface area, which is convenient. We got April Llama. What's up, buddy? April Llama, do you have any pizza opinions? Because I'm always down to hear what folks think. But when it comes to pizza opinions, more of a Domino's guy. The sauce is a little bit on the sweet side. I'm with you. I'm with you. It is very much like a little bit sweeter, and it's not a deal breaker for me, but it's not what I prefer. It's not my favorite. So, I don't know if there's any chains I dislike. I don't know if there's any chains I dislike. I mean, there are local chains that I don't like. Some of you might have heard me say that when it comes to like local specialties, a lot of places have their own pizza. There's Chicago-style pizza, there's New York pizza. There's a lot of places that have their own pizza. Believe it or not, if you've never been here, you might not know that St. Louis has its own style of pizza as well. St. Louis-style pizza usually, traditionally, has a very, very thin crust. We're talking like cracker thin. And for some, that's a deal breaker. I don't mind the cracker thin, like thinness of the pizza crust. I don't love it, but it's not a deal breaker. What is a deal breaker is the cheese, because it is a cheese called Provel. Not provolone, not provolone. It is called Provel. And a lot of people here really love it. Really love it. Our friend Aaron, he calls it a cheese alloy, because it's not really like a traditional cheese. It is a manufactured cheese product that is made of a bunch of other cheeses. And, the texture is extremely, extremely smooth, but like plastic. I really don't like it. I really don't like it. And I mean, and the defenders of Provel will always tell you, but it melts so well. It melts really well, and it does. They're correct. It does melt very well, but it tastes like garbage. I fucking hate it. So like, when it comes to local chains, there's one around here called Emo's that I'm really not a fan of. And also, it's way overpriced. It's overrated. So, I definitely have things I dislike. But as far as, like, overall North American chains, there's really none that I can really talk shit on, honestly. What about the New York Slice? Well, that's the thing, Meerkat. When I think of the New York Slice, I think of going to, like a real pizzeria. Because right now, we're talking about chains, obviously. But if you're talking about, like, a real New York Slice, then, yeah, you're going for, like, some kind of mom and pop shop, or maybe a regional chain. I bet there's probably regional chains out by you that are probably pretty good. But yeah, it's like I'm more thinking about, just when I say American pizza slop, I mean the chains that are greasy and cheap, and it's basically, let's call it what it is. It's fast food, honestly. Generally just fast food. Had some pretty crappy heartburn. Yeah. I mean, you know, when it comes to, yeah, Pizza Hut or Domino's or Papa John, like, I really can't tell much of a difference, honestly. I would say, gun to my head, I would probably say Domino's is my go-to, but I'm down for any of them, honestly. So yeah, if I'm with a group of homies and they're like very solidly being like, bro, we gotta do Pizza Hut, or we gotta do Papa John, it's like, whatever. Really, it comes down to whatever's closest. Whatever's closest, that's what I care most about. Even if it's not great, man, I don't know for shock value. I would almost say you would say that until you try St. Louis style. What I will say is I actually was in a situation about, I guess it was last year. It was about a year ago, where we had some family visiting from out of town, and they haven't had Emo's in forever, so we all went out to Emo's because that was their request. And I had a couple slices, and actually it wasn't terribly bad, because I mean, I didn't love it, but when it was fresh out of the oven, it actually was kind of all right. It was like, this is suitable, like, this is okay. But as the night was wearing on, there was like a few slices left, and we were all getting ready to wrap up, and I was like, yeah, I'm still a little hungry, I'll grab one more slice, and I grabbed one more piece, and I bit into it, and I was like, ooh, there it is. There's that plasticky texture that I hate so much. And I think I figured it out then, that at least in certain cases, when it comes to this St. Louis style I'm describing to you, if you get it really hot and really fresh, it's actually kind of passable. But if you get it really like anything approaching room temperature, oh my god, it's terrible. Just fucking awful. So I would say, shock value, generally you're correct. However, there are some exceptions to that rule, unfortunately. Looks like I've never actually had a chance to deal with one of these fellers before. The most uniquely shaped life form. Well, this one's kind of unique. How about this one? Or I'm just throwing like the weird stuff at them. They might not like this one. No, they didn't dislike any of them. I think this guy likes the small ones. Is that right? He likes the sergeant but does not like the Rassi. I will give him none of those things. Here's the axolotl. I think he likes pretty much all of it. Give him these guys. There we go. Got some dollars. There we go. Margarita pizza's pretty good. Yeah. European has the Heartstopper 9000. Yeah. I mean, I enjoy a nice margarita pizza. You know, something nice and chill. Yeah, there's like some Italian food places out here that are actually quite nice. And I've never been to Italy, but my sources inform me that some of the like actual Italian food places around here, some of them actually do an all right job at getting close to being, you know, at least somewhat authentic as you can get, you know, with the ingredients that are around here at least. Competition is fierce. Yeah, I figured that, like, just in the Northeast in general, that you're gonna have just generally better options what you have in the Midwest. The Midwest, let's be real, can be a bit of a cultural dead zone at times. And that's not me like trying to like I'm talking a little bit of shit, but not too much shit. I'm not talking that much shit when it comes to like shitting on my Midwestern heritage. But it's just unfortunately true. You know, we like seafood, you know, just there are certain things that we just don't have a lot of out here. And that's just the nature of the beast. You know, it can't be helped. It's no one's fault. It is just, you know, it's kind of a dead zone with certain things. You know, of course, the nice thing is we have lots of dairy farms, obviously, because there's lots of open space for farmland, that kind of thing. You know, we have dairy farms, we have, you know, pig farms, that kind of thing. So, like, there's things out here that are plentiful that are harder to come by in other regions as well. So it kind of goes both ways in that sense. I like nudge this. Ooh, there's a button. Ooh, that's good to know. Can I just nudge it all the way? We probably opened up with that last little switch. Little switcherino. We take that shit very seriously. In a 5-minute drive, you can go to like 7 different ones. That sounds like heaven. That sounds like goddamn heaven. Holy cannoli. And I just reel her in. It's like I went too far. Went too far to turn back. Just go and reel her in. This game is a little bit on the repetitive side. It is. That's why I fully acknowledge that I think it's a very fun game to play, and I really enjoy it. But I also would fault nobody for taking one look at this game and going, man, this looks boring as hell. Because it's probably not the most exciting game to watch. I mean, of course, you get a top-notch, charismatic, sexually alluring streamer such as myself. I can make anything interesting. Obviously, I can read the phone book and give you minimum of a 30% chub minimum. Obviously. But, you know, all jokes aside, no, I totally get it. This game might be kind of boring to some people because it is a repetitive loop. It is a repetitive loop. You know, you dive in, you catch fishies, you feed the fishies to the friends, you get the money to buy upgrades to explore more of the area. And as you're exploring, you're finding secrets, you're finding new fish to feed to the buddies, you're solving puzzles to open up new areas and finding treasures and artifacts and additional, you know, bait items, that kind of thing. So it's very fun and like very relaxing to play. But yeah, for some might be boring as fuck to watch. So yeah, I would fault nobody if they were like, this is maybe not my cup of tea. To be honest, this will probably be the last time I stream the game. Even though I know I definitely won't be finishing it per se. But it is fun. It does get my recommendation. If nothing else, just as a game to play, big recommend. Big rec. What I might start doing is I might apply the bait so I can start focusing on the big guys, because the small guys are kind of taking up a lot of our kind of overall real estate here. So we just still don't know what this guy likes. This fella is all about. We know he wants like weird shape stuff. Are these guys weird? Not particularly. How about this guy? He says, what about man-made offerings? What would that would entail? A man-made fish offering. There's this fella. We know what he wants and dislikes, I think. We know he likes the chub. I think I gave my one chub to that one dude just now. Give him anything he wants. Anything he'll take. Magnificent. He does not like the chub. I'll give him anything else. Okay, there we go. 543. We're nearing the point where I'll probably start saving my dollars for bigger upgrades. Probably do that. What about me as a pizza? I would not recommend a Hobbit pizza. I'm probably high in salt. Probably my sodium count is probably a little bit high, so I wouldn't recommend me as a pizza topping. Good pizza, good lobster. Oh, man. A lot of old-timey diners are going out, but some of the mainstays are pretty all right. But others are mediocre. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we have that too. Some of the St. Louis, like, institutions that have been around for 50, 100 years. Some of those are nice. Others are kind of overrated sometimes. What dares are we looking for right now? So the two big ones, rather the only two I can have right now, are to buy 5 things from the non-upgrade section. So basically 5 things on the cosmetic screen. So we'll probably start buying into those pretty soon here. And then the other one was to catch a legendary fish and scale it and clean it with the default knife. So of course I've upgraded my knife right now. But I think you can manually go back. Yeah, if I wanted to, I could manually there we go. Yeah, that's if you want to manually equip it differently, which is kind of neat. So, and there's certain instances where certain knives might actually be better suited for the job than necessarily the newest. So I see why that's an option. And I think that what I would really like eventually is the next rod upgrade. The next Rodney upgrade. Also, I should look at the baits because I found a few more. Or I guess just one more. Increase your fish bag. Yeah, that's actually nice. Because we really don't need this one. The rubber glove. Oh, I did say I was going to apply the repellent. So yes, I'll do that. I will do that so we get less of the big boys. I definitely want the medium and large boys. No big boys. Or no, but no small fellers. If there's anything else down here... Oh, I actually didn't mean to grab that one. I guess it's a kind of a weird path. Weird path to get here. My fish bucket has increased. Leveled up the bucket. And if you can't bucket, then you must disregard it. It slows us down. Oh, no. But I can grab this thing. Bloop. And then, is there something here? Little upgrade there. Nice, very nice. So I'm not leaving empty-handed. I was going to get that blue guy. I might do is go around, jump around. Look at this funny looking guy. Definitely that guy. New species, scrawled filefish. File this one under fish. And if I wanted to, we actually could juice up the repellent even further and have it dissuade additional fishies. Not sure if we're quite to that point, but we could if we wanted to. We're seeing interesting things for sure. Seeing some curious fellers. Can only reach so far though. I think what I will do. It's just down here, by the way. So that's a line increase, which is nifty. Just I'm not leaving empty-handed. Grab a couple of these guys. I'm gonna go a little bit further to the left. Oh, I'll just grab a couple of those guys too, I suppose. That's fine. It should be enough to at least to get us an upgrade. An upgrade or two. Some big ones. Look at that fancy knife. It's got a cool-ass handle to it. Look at that shit. The blade's only a little bit bigger. But it does reach pretty far, which is pretty neat. 2 clicks. 2 clicks is all it takes. Bloop, bloop. Yep. So far reaching. Big guy. Look at this scrawled filefish. Some big parasites. Kind of funny to me that we have to remove the parasites on the tail, even though we're removing the tail anyway. Be able to get almost all that in one fell swoop. And there it goes. Yeah, see, we're moving the tail anyway, so it's like... Just cut off the tail, bro. Doesn't have to be that deep. Does not have to be that complicated. Little barnacles, get them out of there. Perfecto, look at that. I mean, the knives are really just a convenience. Doesn't really add much to anything, really. But it is nice not having to manually go back and cleave through the things. You can just kind of do them in one fell swoop. It is a nice convenience factor I'm spoiled. There we go. Now, Grace and I both enjoy seafood, but we go to the grocery store, we just buy fish fillets. We've never like bought like a whole ass fish or captured a whole ass fish and had to gut it and clean it ourselves. I can only imagine like the whole process of removing body parts and removing scales and removing the guts and all that crap is probably a very messy and unpleasant process. It's not like the chub, so no chub for him. He said he wants the fancy boys. Is this a fancy boy? That was yeah, he liked it. Oh my god, we got a fucking demon. Chupacabra, look at that. Goat chewer. What do you want, goat chewer? I need a feast. Make it a big one. Big feast. Well, I mean, I got this fella. But as far as like big boy, what about does he want the small fellers? He says the small fellas are nothing. Man, some of you just can't please. We need the big guys. That being said, I actually made very little money off that one, so we are indeed gonna have to up the ante further. So to that end, then I think I'm going to move this one and get this one to make the repellent go up a tier so that I can capture bigger boys easier. Baking a whole fish is nice. I'm assuming, don't you have to like remove the stuff first though? I guess you don't have to. I guess you could just leave the stuff on, then remove it after the fact. Just buy it. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, we buy it from the store and just call it a day, honestly. Oh, like at the marina, shock value. It's funny because there's a lake not too far from where we live that used to have a really bad Asian carp problem. Asian carp are apparently a kind of fish that are not great to eat. And when you have like an infestation of them, they're a problem because they're pretty large and they are they're like sometimes prone to like jumping out of the water in weird times. And there were cases where somebody so at this particular lake, it's Creve Coeur Lake for those who don't know. Or if you speak French, you might have just had a conniption when I said that out loud. Creve Coeur. That's how St. Louisans pronounce it. In French, it would of course be Creve Coeur. But anyway, here in St. Louis, we pronounce everything wrong in French in particular. So in Creve Coeur Lake, there's a lot of like canoeing and like rafting, that kind of stuff. So there's people out in the water all the time, and there were instances where the Asian carp would be like swimming about and jumping out of the water and like smacking into people. Like there was like a couple times where like someone broke their collarbone, someone had an arm broken by one of them because they're pretty big, and it was becoming a problem. So they had to close down the lake for like a few weeks and root out all the Asian carp and remove them and exterminate them. Basically, it was a whole ass operation. And there was one time where Gracie and I were walking, and they had closed down the lake, but you could still walk around the trail around it. And it was kind of late one day, and they had a dumpster. They had a dumpster near an area that was closed off, but the dumpster itself was not within the closed off area. And you were able to walk up and see that it was just filled to the brim with Asian carp, and some of them were still wriggling around. It was intense, and it was an intense smell as well. Goddamn. Goddamn. Meerkat says I should call her. Yeah, you gotta gut that shit. Exactly. Yeah, that sounds wild, shock value. Ours wasn't nearly that intense. Can do it with an iron or a lionfish. Lionfish. Don't think I've heard of that one before. Lionfish. Never. Yeah. I wonder how they taste. I'd run to that too. Yeah. I'd run to that too. Explore some like deeper and danker areas. Zoop. Some big boys. Never got this one. Some monies. Very good. He wants the big fishies. I'll get him the big fish. I think I saw there was like a little extra area. A little secret extra area hiding in there. So I might explore what that little extra spot might have for us. Whoa, you almost got. Be careful, you'll get got. You're gonna get got. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it, bro. Treasure chest. Can I get the thing? It is a boat blueprint. New kind of boat. That's exciting. Probably stuff to make the purchase for, but that's pretty neat. Wonder if that has like some nifty little bonus features. Be kind of cool. Like that. Warp zone! The big fellers. Ooh, there's probably a thing behind this box, Reno. I'm gonna push that shit down. Next time. You'll know when you see it. I'd probably know it if I saw a picture of it and I'd be like, oh, those things. Let's see, I'm not always the most up to speed when it comes to flora and fauna, for that matter. I'm a scrub in many ways. Scrub-a-dub-dub. Okay, I thought that'd be something. Because there was a thing hidden behind a box last time and I got excited. No, I have a thing hiding behind boxes fetish. Going the wrong way. I'm going slow. What am I doing? Ah, that's fine. Some blue boys. Did it reset its location? It might have. Switch. Do a few more. We're definitely gonna need that that line increase though. We're having a hard time reaching all the way down. I did the thing again. I went the wrong way because I'm smart. Because I'm very smart. It's got the spiky boys. I gotcha. I would assume those would not be for eating, but I have been wrong before. Oh, you push it onto the switch. You push it onto the switch. That's what you do, man. That's what you do. I'm learning. I'm teaching old hobbit new tricks, as I like to say. Anything else under here? Different directions. I just don't have the line duration. Durability to reach all that way. Look at the small little fishes go. Watching them kind of bounce around is kind of funny. And I have to make more dollars before I can reach the big boys. The real big boys. That's a puffer boy. Oh, but you have to like weaken them a couple times for the... Well, it looks like if you hit them once, they start to poof out. Time it a little bit sneakier. A little sneaky breaky. They're real bad. Oh, so you definitely don't want them around. Good to know. Bad invasive. Because, yeah, the ones I was describing, the Asian carp, they're definitely considered an invasive species in general. You think there's going to be something behind there? I think we're nearing the end of what we can see right now in this cool little area. The problem, of course, is that to get the goods, like the real good stuff, you have to go deeper. Deeper and danker. Except there is some treasure. That is an artifact that's a boat decal. That's nice. It's nice to have. Need one more fishy, and then we'll start offering things up to the Chupacabra, this fucking demon, see if we can satisfy him. Let's get another one of those guys. That's fine, too. Alright. The venom is perhaps safe to eat, but the spines you would not fuck with. I mean, I usually try to avoid ingesting venom and or spines pretty much in any capacity. I guess that's the thing, though. Venom versus poison, you know? Of course, venom meaning it goes in the veins. Poison is the one that's, like, you know, generally not good for consumption. Like, you know, you don't want it ingested. So I could see where, like, I can understand the science behind how the venom should be okay. It's more of a you know, squeamish, like, oh, I'm a dainty little princess. I'm squeamish about these things. Send divers down to spear hundreds of them just to remove them, right? Oh, because they can destroy reefs. Good to know. I did not know that. It's not only are they invasive for, you know, the usual reasons of just like, you know, fucking shit up, but also if they're destructive towards ecosystems, and that's even extra bad. Even less good. Get those barnacles out of here. Hello, barnacles. There we go. Snake venom is technically edible. Just no ulcers, please. I mean, yeah. If I was ulcerous, there's many things I would probably be avoiding. Just give me the big fellers. What's that? And that. Okay. Next time you may not be so lucky, he says. Ominously. That guy in particular is a very particular customer. There's only one thing he likes and many things he dislikes. No idea what this guy's all about. I think he wants the fancy stuff. Uniquely shaped. Like I fucked up already by giving that other guy the weird, uniquely shaped fella that I had. Let's give him the small ones. And the big guy again, goddamn. So that probably means that we now know all the things he dislikes, which all the like small and medium ones, obviously. An annoying customer. But we have lots of money now, so now I can do rod upgrade. And the last one, actually, I don't know if this is gonna be the last one for this area, but the next one up from that is gonna be quite a pretty penny. Quite a pretty penny. So do the same thing as last time. Go down pretty deep. Although I probably could have taken a more direct route. Just kidding, this actually is a dead end. I got a small bit of that line back, but still the cost it took to get there was not worth. So that was not worth it, but I can do some exploring. And by some exploring, I really mean some exploring. But I probably should instead go down this way. Now I can come down from above. Death from above. So I'm curious what was behind there. We're still kind of running low on the stuff pretty quickly. There's nothing behind the switch. There's a chest, though. Oh, still ran out. Yeah, so it's like taking what is presumed to be the most optimal path is still not great, unfortunately. Now, maybe what I could do, maybe it's more cheaper or more effective. Go alongside. Oh, I thought it opened up. It opens up on this side. Okay. So getting down there is really just a huge pain in the ass no matter how you slice it. Kind of generally sucks getting down here. Can I at least get the treasure? I couldn't even reach it. Couldn't even reach it. Yeah, I'm taking what I presume to be a more efficient route. Not happening. Oh, retract. Yep. So I think this probably is our best bet then. Going down this way and then hugging the right path and just hoping for the best. Some big guys along the way. I do wonder what's in the treasure chest. It might be just a nice little fella, nothing fancy. Some money. It's actually not a small amount of money. 300, not bad. Yeah, but that's a one-way street. One-way ticket. That being said, I can't afford it right now, obviously, but I'd be curious about unless it's just a cosmetic thing, but the new boat flavor. Oh, yeah, you know what? I think it's just cosmetic. Yeah, that's all it is, I thought it was like maybe something fancy. Like it would have like some new built-in features or something. I don't think it's like that. I don't think it goes that deep. Speaking of going deep, though, what else is down here? Because for sure there's more yet to be seen. The switch for that one, or like drop a block that is for that one. That's just a plain ass wall. So we can get to the very, very bottom of that little area, which is kind of cool. At some point, it would behoove me to see if there's other routes along that line that I've missed. Would not surprise me. So I need to move the switch to that guy, which I think would be pretty doable. See, I want one of these big guys, because I bet the Chupacabra would like one of those guys. Oh, I want to get that one. Oh, I want to get that one before we get resurfaced. I got 2 spots left. 2 spots left in my inventory, and then we'll start feeding things and just see what the happy haps are. Got 2 real major areas to explore. Okay, so that's not a dead end, but it's not a very exciting upgrade. Can I at least see what's down there? I just want to see what's down there, man. I just want to see. I just want to see. I just want to talk. Even if I can't reach the other side, I just want to know what awaits. What's lurking. What's lurking, and maybe also what's twerking. Big fella. Spot fin porcupine fish. Unusually large eyes. You're not wrong. Scales are huge too. Like, just everything's big. Big boy. Venom is usually, yeah, once you cook it, yeah, which makes sense, Yeah, like, you know, if something is designed to fuck up your nervous system if it gets into your veins, generally, I would assume, probably isn't as able to withstand stomach acid and shit like that. And also just heat from being cooked. So I figure generally it's probably not as big of an issue. But still, I would generally avoid it if I can help it. Just also don't stab yourself. I would also like to avoid that too. No thoughts between those eyes. Very big eyes, and yeah, probably not a lot going on in there. We got Dude Man OG. What's up, Dude Man? Thank you for that raid, my man. I don't know if you've played this one. I'm sure you're probably well aware this is a dare drop game. I don't know if you've had a chance to stream this for yourself, but I'm liking it a lot so far. This is my second session with the game in the second area, and it's really neat. Really cool little like kind of RPG, kind of sorta, kind of an incremental game. It's pretty neat so far. He says, I love it. That's awesome, Dude Man. That's awesome, man. I know he has to hop off. Totally fine. Totally fine. Dude Man, if there's any clips yours you want to share, you of course can do. You're more than welcome to do so. If there's anything yours you want to share with us, no worries if you have to hop off though. You know, not going to keep you. If you have stuff to attend to, or if you need to be wrapping up because it's getting late. But I do appreciate that raid. But whenever people raid, I always like to ask if there's any clips you want to share, anything of yours you're proud of, any fun moments you want to share with us, because I am super down skis. Super down skis. See what Dude Man was up to. Do a little shout out for the fella. For the mans he's doing some League of Legends. Very nice, man. Very nice. Hope it was an enjoyable one. He says it was good vibes. He says it was good vibes. Well, I'm glad to hear that because now, and this is not me talking shit. I would never talk shit on video games, especially video games that I don't play. But I know when it comes to League of Legends, the thoughts are not always immaculate. Or with MOBAs in general. Sometimes, you know, you ask, oh, how was League? And they're like, bro, I don't want to talk about it, man. They're like, bro, I don't even want to talk about it. My team was dingus. The team like my teammates were like a bunch of shitters. And I'm mad about it and I'm salty. And we didn't want to end on a loss, so we went later than we meant to. Like sometimes that's how that goes. So I'm glad to hear that there was actually it was a good and positive vibe evening. Doing some ARAM. I'm aware of the acronym ARAM. If quizzed, Alex, do you know what that means? I could probably pick it out in a multiple choice question, but I would not be able to define it myself. I would not be able to do it. He probably wants... He wants the big fellers. He's getting the porcupine fish, bro. He says, you've satisfied me for now. Still wasn't what he wanted, though. There's one thing he wants and a billion things he dislikes. Also, we found a new demon fella. A lot of, like, mythology creatures in this game. Which is kind of fun. So, Sipatli. I still hunger. He does not tell us what he wants. So ominous. Does he... I guess we don't know how many things he likes or dislikes. Also, when I said there's demons, apparently there's, like... There's Pokemon as well. That looks a lot like, Rayquaza. The silhouette there. Yeah, I get salty with those games. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, not my cup of tea necessarily. And when I've like observed other friends getting into them and hearing how the salt levels can arise and the cortisol levels can begin to bubble up, I know that for some it's a lot. And for some it can be a little bit unpleasant. So much hunger. So he likes only one thing and dislikes only one thing. Anything else, they're pretty okay with it. Ever hungry. He gave us a lot of money, though. That one, I guess it was two dudes, gave us lots of monies. I would say a nicer hook for easier movement would be nice. And anything else is a bit rich for our blood. So, and it looks like what's also nice, too, is we're getting near the end of the kinds of... Actually, not near the end. There's still a couple fish we've yet to see. But there's going to be a big legendary fella. Unless these are the legendary fellas. Maybe there are. Usually they save the biggest for last. This thing sure does ask a lot of questions. Axolotl questions. I like that shotgun. Just upsetting sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. I think for a lot of us, just as we get older, and I'm not calling anybody here old, I would never, but in general, as we get older, our tolerance for bullshit starts to dwindle. And like the rush we feel when we're like like pursuing like some kind of competitive environment starts to just kind of fall away, you know? Like, it's just, the thrill is gone after a while, right? It's just not the same. That's how I feel whenever I do PvP. It's not the same when I was a angry young lad. Not that I was ever angry, but like, it's just, I'm too chill now. I'm too relaxed. I'm too mellow. That's a younger man and more pissed off man's game. It's not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. So, you know, I'm not one to judge. I'm not one to like yuck someone's yum. Like, there's definitely things that I like and definitely things I don't like. And yeah, a lot of the PvP stuff are things that have definitely fallen away. Is this a fella? I thought that was like a piece of driftwood. I thought that was a piece of driftwood. You're telling me that's a dude? A duderino. As I live and breathe, that's a duderino. Fucking stickman fish over there. Stick bug fish. We all just got stick bug. We all got stick fished. Ooh, what's that? A new artifact. That one. Yeah. And that one. Trying to go for the big boys. Big boys. Yeah, pufferfish. Yeah, get puffed, idiot. Get puffed on, idiot. Meerkat says, you are old. Well, I mean... Well, Meerkat, I do have 9 years on you. So yeah, like, so when us fellow graybeards like Ape Llama, who I think Ape Llama is about the same age as Meerkat. Not to dox anybody or you know, reveal things about themselves that they wish to keep private, but I assume that Ape Llama is probably closer to Meerkat's age than he is mine. So if Ape Llama is already kind of getting to that point where it's like, man, it's like, you know, the PvP stuff just doesn't hit the same. It's just not what I'm about. I'm here to tell you it does not get better as you continue to age. If you think it's bad now, just wait. Just you wait. Yeah, that other area looks like it's a dead end. Yeah, I don't think there's much else. I'll do maybe one quick additional look, that area further out this way. Even younger, and he's already hit that point. He's already hit that point. I'm sure you've heard the term before, Ape Llama, like old at heart. One of those where it's like, or an old soul. I've heard that. I'm sure you've heard that one too. I'm gonna break on through to the other side and get that guy. Ooh. Is this gonna bring me to something neat? Oh, big. Okay, I can't reach, I can reach him, but I definitely can't, like, slurp him. But that's gonna be the legendary. So we know where the legendary guy is. There's probably gonna be a bait that lets us push through those little currents that push against us. Because that seems like that's kind of meant to really, really slow us down. There might be something instead to help us get through those more easily. And there might be something over here. So what I should probably do next is get the boxes. Push on those things so I can reach those areas. You have an older brother than me, yeah. Dude, this is gonna fuck you up, but I'm the oldest. I'm the youngest in my family. I'm 37. My brother, the closest brother to me, is 38. And then after that, it's my middle brother, who is 47, so 10 years my senior. And then I have a sister who's 13 years my senior, so she'd be 50. And then an even older brother that's 14 years, so he's 51. So I got some old ass siblings, bro. Get some old ass siblings, man. I'm the baby. I'm an old baby. Old baby. Shockfire says, I'm crumbling to dust right now. I understand, Shockfire, I understand. I've been in those situations where, like, some of Gracie's friends, so Gracie's 4 years my junior, so she's 32 right now. Or no, 5 years. 5 years my junior. So yeah, she's 32 right now. And like some of her friends are like around her age. Some of them are a little bit younger than her. So like a bunch of them turned 30 recently. And you know, the joke is like, OMG, we're so old, guys. And I'm over here like, amateurs. Complete amateurs. These are rookie numbers, man. Rookie numbers. Get out of here with this baby shit. So I've been in your shoes before, Shockfire. It's like, this ain't nothing, man. Y'all have experienced nothing in life. Look at this noodle motherfucker, this spaghetti motherfucker. Like what kind of zooms in and zooms out to accommodate the enormous sizes of these lads. These chunguses. Chungai. Hey baby, is she single? No, she is not. I actually just got to see her yesterday though. We were hanging out for Father's Day. My sister hosted us at her place. It was a nice time. And she's got a hubby and 2 kids, both of which are, the 2 kids are now in college, which is exciting. Oh, no, actually, no, one just graduated college. So there we go. There we heckin' go, man. Yeah, okay, I'll wait. I want to get the parasites. In one fell swoop. Wait for them to slowly appear. This guy's down there too. Shockvalue, you'll be happy to know that I have an old college buddy of mine. His name's Joe, and one of his go-tos, one of his go-to lines from back in the day. I don't know if it's been a while since I've had a chance to talk to him because he moved to a different city some time ago. But one of his go-tos is that if like the group of us were hanging out, and if ever it were to come up something about someone's sister, without fail, he would always ask 2 questions. He would ask, "You have a sister?" And of course, he'd, yes, I have a sister. And then the second question was always, "Is she hot?" He would always ask the follow-up, "Hey bro, is your sister hot?" And it's one of those like loaded questions that he obviously asked with very direct intent. You don't ask a follow-up question like that without meaning to fuck with someone, obviously. And some of my friends, without fail, would always step on that rake. They would always step on the shovel and ka-chunk. They would take the bait every time, bro. Don't take the bait, bro, you idiot. But they would take the bait every time. They would take the bait every time. They're like, "Joe, what the fuck, man? That's so fucked up, bro." They're asking my sister. It's not like the whole point was to get a rise out of people, obviously. And I think that was why he did it, is because there were certain friends in our group that would just fall for it every time. It's like they wanted to be mad. They just had a hair trigger. They just wanted something to be mad at. Something or someone to be mad at. So, like, on the one hand, you might say, well, it's kind of fucked up. On the other hand, you might say, well, have this. There's a lesson to be learned here. There are patterns to recognize. Pattern recognition is one of the key tenets of survival of the fittest. So, pattern recognition will get you far in life. Freshman year of high school. That's exciting. First year of college. Oh, baby. Oh, but credits-wise, she's popping off though, Shock Value. Good for her, man. That's awesome. Is this the kid of yours that you were telling me? I guess it was a year or 2 ago. You were saying, yeah, she got accepted to college. We're proud of her. We're happy. Like, this is an emotional time, and also emotional for my wallet. So that's so exciting for you, bud. Let's see. He might like the cornet fish. Looks like out of all the fishes we get, that's the best value. I mean, he didn't like react negatively to it, at least. What's this guy want? Soccer ball? Rubber ball. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. What's up, Grim? It's not my thingies. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. We got the little dude. He likes the majors, but does not like the rassies. Which is fine, because I have no rassies, and I think I have one of those. Just the way I like it. Extra monies. There's the fucking demon. We know that he dislikes everything, but there's one thing he likes we've not seen. Maybe that was the noodle fella, because I don't have any noodle fellas for him, unfortunately. He did not react positively to the porcupine fish. What about the filefish? Yeah, nothing specific. So much hunger. What about you with the porcupine? So like unimpressed with our offerings. So unbothered, but also like not, you know, yes, unimpressed, but also not offended by any of the offerings either. There's that at least. Yeah. yeah. There are less wrong ways to react to that question. Exactly. Yeah, great and painful. Yeah, that's understandable. That's understandable. But I'm excited for you guys, Chuck. I'm excited. We really don't need more bucket upgrade. I mean, eventually that'll be a nice to have, but I think I might save my money so I can more easily get these upgrades. I think there's one of each of these left over. And then once we're all good with the, you know, with the kind of physical upgrades, then I'll probably jump into the cosmetic stuff, which will, of course, get us progress towards one of our dares we're working on, which is exciting. No other baits that I found that would help us right now. Eventually, we'll potentially want to buy some other baits. The favorite fish finder we probably don't need at this point, but that will be helpful for exploring other areas. The bubble wrap would also be a nice to have, but it's pretty expensive, so really no huge priority on that one, I would say. I'm going to see if I can do the smack the thing with the box. I guess it'd be actually this way, so I might have taken a less than ideal route. So if I smack that a ways. A little bit more. There we go. There it goes. There's a fancy boy. There's a fancy red boy. Give me the fancy red boy. And there. Some other little noodle fellas. The nice thing is that door should remain open now. I know sometimes the little box positions do reset, but I think that door should remain open now, so I think we should be in pretty good shape. That'll make that easier to explore. And quicker to explore, for that matter, too. Oh, shit, am I wrong? Oh, no, it stayed open. Even though the box position did reset. The door stays open. So that's actually kind of nice. I want this big guy. I want all the dudes, but I definitely want the big guy. This one, too. Yeah. Give me that ass. Swiggity swooty, coming for that booty. I'm really grateful that once you open those switches, they stay... Oh, shit. I'm gonna not get that guy. That they do stay open. It is a great convenience. Because having to re-hit that switch every time, knowing that the box is reset, is a huge not good. Big not good. Shit. Yeah, there's another switch down yonder. Is that gonna be enough? As long as it rests on it, then we're good. Can I get this guy as well? I got another one. Got an extra. Almost filled up on extremely huge and long and weird noodly fish. Which means a knife upgrade would eventually be a good idea. Good idea. As opposed to a no idea. Those are even more rare. Anything else down here? I still need to knock the box that away. That's the puffer boys. See, I'll just go ahead and grab one of these and that'll finish our hand. Give us the master bait. Dude, I've been practicing for that one for years. Shock value. Once that one appears, dude, I'm gonna be the professional of that one. Just you wait. Big ass parasites in this motherfucker. I would feel bad if it wasn't for me, like, also killing him. And feeding him. And these guys, I got a couple of the small boys, kind of by accident. There we go. Bling. Perfect. Perfect. So we found the mahi-mahi. I had no idea mahi-mahi looked like this. I've had mahi-mahi plenty of times. It's a very tasty fish. But I had no idea it looked like a weird red-eyed demon lad. It looks like he's got the teethers too. Which I would not expect. Got it. I always just assumed they were fairly small. And get the last ones. Get those. Yeah, these guys are a little bit more beefy. Beefy parasites. Probably another knife upgrade. We'd be able to get those guys in one fell swoop, most likely. Do I get another one? The Olympic sport of sex. Well, of course, there's the whole thing about... Oh, right, in Barbados Slim. Barbados Slim got the gold medal in competitive sex. That's right. Because, yeah, that was the whole thing about how there's casual sex, which, of course, implies the existence of ranked competitive sex. And yeah, in Barbados Slim, he won the gold medal for Olympic sex I guess the sex Olympics, basically. Mahi mahi are kind of beautiful. Well, I mean, they're tasty. They're tasty. And, you know, let's be real. Their video game depictions are probably not the most flattering. If I had to guess, that would not shock me. They probably are not quite as, like, bulbous and fucked up looking in real life. Although, sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes the real life variants are even more fucked up. Sometimes you see, like, the real life version, you go, oh, fuck, no thank you. Like anglerfishes? Bro, you thought anglerfishes were scary looking in real life, in, like, video games? And you see the real life version, you're like, no thank you. No thank you. They're pretty freaky and bullheaded? Yeah. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And of course, I guess it depends on, like, how far deep in the ocean they're found. I mean, I would assume they're probably not that deep, because when I think of deep water fish, I think of those are being harder to find and more expensive to procure. Mahi-mahi is not usually that expensive, at least if you're in a place that, you know, where it's, like, more or less indigenous to the area. So if I'm having mahi-mahi, I'm probably somewhere in a tropical place. What am I missing? Is there still a scale somewhere? Still a scale somewhere. Is it on the nose? There we go. We got him. We got him. Yeah, you got the... He says, yeah, the Barbados Slim thing I got on the nose. Very nice. There he is again. There's Mahi-mahi himself. Big man. Big man. What's up, Alias? Competitive sex and also, yeah, well, ranked competitive sex specifically. As it pertains to Futurama, but also just in general. Just in general, bud. The Thalassic Zone. Not sure if I'm familiar with. I'm guessing that's like in like the deep water regions. I'm guessing. Oh, here we go. The barnacles first. Got him. Bump, 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 bump. Is that the last one? We got one more porcupine fish. These guys are so unfortunate looking. I got nothing in my brain. And nothing in my brain. That's what I think when I see these guys. Giant fucking eyeballs. Not much going on. Well, again, I killed him, and I'm gutting him and scaling him and removing his head and his fins. So I'm making sure there's really nothing going on in his brain, especially. There was nothing earlier. There's definitely nothing now. Yeah, you definitely need a rank. Yeah, obviously. All right, so we still haven't yet to figure out what this guy is all about. What he likes. We know he dislikes everything. Surely there's something he's all about. Just give me a big something. This is the biggest something I got. Yeah, 406. Surely he'll like the mahi-mahi. Not even that is enough to satisfy his insatiable hunger. Well, I'll just give him a major. And yeah, you satisfied me for now. We got Quetzalcoatl. Hell yeah. I'm guessing he probably won't tell us what he wants. Senseless beast. He wants the legendary, of course. Fell the creature and give him to me. I'll give you everything else I got. Okay, well, he dislikes everything, apparently. We can't look at his dislike page. He'll at least accept, yeah, the mahi-mahi and some of the other ones. So we didn't give him the satisfactory fella. But he at least was able to be filled for now. For now. Yeah, I told Gracie about an alias, and she's on board to help me take a photo. We'll probably take it tomorrow. I was hoping to get to it today, but we should be able to get it to you tomorrow for sure. A little bit further off, gotcha. Here, cat, that makes sense. Where light does not illuminate. So not like deep sea, obviously, because that's more in the far reaches of the planet. Interesting customers. So I found the new location. So we got the second location unlocked, which is nice. While we're here, though, here's a new axolotl friend. Here you go, bud. He didn't like that one. That's a little surprising. He said, oh, no. So that was this fella. He didn't like the cornet fish. Cornet fish, specifically. Which is a shame, because that's a high-value fish, and he didn't want it. He wanted nothing to do with it. So no more toy rod upgrades. Let's go for the... on effectiveness. I don't really know if we need that necessarily, so I would say maybe the repellent upgrade. I would say better spear. And apparently it goes even higher than that. Goddamn. I thought that would be the last one. But it was not. Yeah. So yeah, so fairly soon will be good. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds good. That sounds good. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be curious to see what you're cooking, Alias. He's cooking something. Same thing, I think I'll save my money for the next upgrade for either the knife or the repellent, maybe. I mean, the bucket is a nice to have. We already have 11 slots. We're doing fine on bucket slots. Doing just fine. So let's see. Yeah, let me think about this. How do I want to do this? I think we got everything we needed from the left-hand side. What I might do is go on the right-hand side. Now that we've found that there's like that one fancy area. Know how to get to the fancy zone. I'm gonna go into the fancy zone. And I'm gonna hopefully be able to reach the big one. If I can reach the big one, that'd be very cool. I have to push through. I get the extra stuff to help me, and then we find a big man. There's two big lads. Got one big lad. If I get a second one. Running low on the stuff. We got two big boys. Are they the two biggest? Presumably those are the two legendary guys. Next time we see Quetzalcoatl, we'll get his ass so well fed. So well fed. Look at that. He's going to be so fucking happy. However, we're not done here. We are still explorifying. I'm pretty sure that's the legendary fish of the area, which means for one of the dares, we're going to have to clean him specifically with the, whatchamacallums, with the starting knife, which will be a long and slightly arduous endeavor, but we can do it. We can do it. I have faith. So I'm here, not necessarily to do anything fancy. Oh, maybe I'm doing something fancy. So you got this guy too. Yes, there's a couple things to find here. I'm gonna open up some more doors. We opened up the one, which was nice. It was nifty. Which I think means I can probably take an easier route to get there now. Instead of having to, like, go through the crappy, like, unpleasant backward zone. Actually, I say that. Actually, not sure if I know how to get there from the other side. Oh, I see it now. I see it was that one. Okay. Just push this. That's switchy. Can I make it? We got it. We got it. So that'll open up something. Open up something. Yeah, let's take the other route. Now that we know that other route might be a little bit shorter. A little bit on the shorter side. And I'm a fan of being on the shorter side. I've been doing that my whole life. Not about to stop. A couple extra fellas along the way. Take the left-hand route. And we get the suck. A lot of puffer boys. And drop on through. We hit that switch, which is great. I'm gonna see if I can get this other one. Not gonna have enough juice. I need a little bit more. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I kind of took some maybe less than ideal routings there, so I'm gonna try that again. A little bit tricky. It's a little bit tricky, but I think we can do it. I think we can do it, man. Is this a Dave the Diver like? I actually, admittedly, I've yet to play Dave the Diver, so I don't exactly know. My intel tells me that it's probably not super like it, though. This game is really cool. I do like it. It is very funsies. Box resets. I'm just gonna knock it over on this side. It is very good. Hit the switch. Hopefully that counted it. Hopefully that counted it. I almost wonder, so if I'm doing stuff, if I let go... So if I let go, it still draws the thing, right? Yeah, still draw the thing, even if it let go. So I'm thinking if I could, like, put the brakes and just hold for a moment and, like, let the thing activate on its own. So I would be curious to see more of that. There's still areas on the right-hand side we haven't fully explored. We might have to come back with additional upgrades elsewhere, though, to fully realize that one. But no, this one scaled the depths. It's a cool little RPG, incremental kind of game. It's pretty neat, and of course, once you catch the fish, the whole exploration of the overworld is a really cool part of the game. But of course, as you can imagine, you also have to do this part where you get to prepare the fish in fun ways. However, I'm going to do something a little bit unusual here. I'm pretty sure this is one of the legendary guys. Describe this creature striking multiple targets in rapid succession. Is there a way I can... Here we go. Swap knife. So what was the baby knife? I'm pretty sure this one is the baby knife. Let's do a quick check. And also let's make sure that this is indeed a legendary fish, but I'm pretty sure he is. This is the Hoga. We also found the rooster fish. They've come to snuff the rooster. You know he ain't gonna die. So that's a badass fish, but I think this is the legendary guy. Central Mexico, associated with the lake surrounding Tenochtitlan. Dwells in calm island waters. So I'm pretty sure this is the legendary fish of this region. And to confirm, the Tecpatl, I believe that is how you pronounce it. That's the basic knife of this region as well. So we're gonna combine those two things in some kind of unholy combining, because doing this with the baby knife means this will take forever. But it is to, of course, accomplish one of the dares we're working on. Looks like a pig head. Like a pig demon lad. Dude's all fucked up. Dude's all fucking weird looking. Weird looking duder. It'll take a couple passes to even get a single layer of the scales. Because, of course, this is a very dull knife. Be a lot of combing through this guy to get his ass. So it's going to be boring as fuck, but it'll be worth it as fuck as well. What's up, Craig? Kind of reminds you of Dave the Diver as well. Yeah, since I've never played the game, I really can't say. The game does look good. Dave the Diver, of course, I've heard is a very good one. Never actually played it myself. I, of course, know that the game, when it first made waves, pun slightly intended, a lot of people were like, wow, what a cool indie game. And then at some point they were like, wait, no, never mind. The studio that owns this game is like a very major AAA studio. I'm not sure if it was Nacon or Ubisoft or one of the other ones, but it's not really an indie game, even though it has like an indie vibe to it. Can you go back and forth? Oh, you're right, you can. Yeah, that's nice. Because the butter knife we had at the start of the game of the previous region did not have the back and forth. It was one way. So you're exactly right, Meerkat. That's exactly right. Glad you pointed that out. That'll make things go up a little bit faster. The reason I'm going slow is because if you go too fast, you can accidentally nick the meat, and that diminishes the quality, which means you'll get less money when you offer it up to a customer. Be nice and considerate to that regard. And of course, the real reason we're doing this is because we have a dare for catching a legendary fish and cleaning it with the worst knife you can possibly do. That's exactly what we're doing. The demo was kind of short. Yeah, I've heard it's a really cool game. No, I've heard there's really nothing wrong with the game proper. Like no complaints about the game as a whole. Just that it was a little bit misleading for some when they first saw it, and they just kind of assumed indie game. But you know, some quick delvings in to see who owns the studio that made the game, it becomes clear that it's not really a proper indie title, obviously. But I've heard it's really cool, and I know there's a pretty big update that just dropped. Maybe even a DLC that dropped fairly recently. So that is all for the scales. See if there's any like little. There was that one little piece I'd missed. We get the parasites next, which are comparatively a lot easier, a little bit quicker. If you're really fancy, and sometimes while you're descaling, you can also get hits on the parasites. As long as they're not too fast, they won't hide like that one just did. You do slow and gradual movements, kind of like when you're doing the scales, and nick them down. If I've done my job right, there we go. Gotta click it a couple times to remove them. Hacking away with a butter knife, essentially. Especially with the head, you gotta really hack away at it. It's a bit of a hack job, but it's perfect. Look at that, we fucking got it, baby. Now, I don't think this one is considered a legendary, so I'm gonna go back to regular knife for this one. So this is regular knife, and actually we don't even have. This is not the nicest one yet. So this one is one direction. Look at that. This one is mono-directional. So there's definitely more knife upgrades we could go for. The thing is, though, even though this is mono-directional, it's also way sharper. So even though I can't go back and forth, it's still quicker using this one. For obvious reasons. Something oh, there was, I see the one spot. All the spikies. And there we go, much faster. There's another one. This one's like purple. He's fancy. He's a shiny Pokemon variant. They weren't, no, and you're exactly right, Meerkat. I don't think the developers, to their credit, ever, like, called themselves indie. It was more just an assumption I think a lot of people made when they first saw the game. So it was more just, you know, kind of a misunderstanding by some of the consumer base. But no, I don't think it was misleading intentionally by the developers or the publisher to that point. So I don't think there was anything to that degree that would be an issue, as far as like any like skeeviness going on behind the scenes. Looks like a hogfish. I mean, the thing about the legendary fishes is that they're usually not necessarily real, or they're not based on like fish that actually exist in real life. I can't remember what it was, but the like dragon demon thing we caught as the legendary fish of the previous area, I don't think is based on reality. This one, it was a little bit unclear. I mean, the flavor text made it sound like it was something that has been at least spotted in other areas, but yeah, is it real though? That I don't know. Spotted versus being actually captured, you know, that's something else entirely. Would I be down for some Rift Wizard 3? To be honest, it's not on my schedule. I would consider for sometime this week though. Cause yeah, I know that's something that you and Shake have kind of gotten into, where Shake was able to kind of set some time aside and like kind of coach you a little bit as you try the game for the first time. It's something I wouldn't be opposed to necessarily. It's a series I would like to get into at some point. My gut tells me I really ought to play Rift Wizard 2. I don't know if I need to play it first necessarily, but I know that 2 is a really good game. I think Shake said that Rift Wizard 1 is not necessarily worth going back for, but 2 I think I definitely want to try out at some point. Pelican, what does he want? He wants the sea chub. I think we probably got a few of those. And by that I mean nothing. Do I know what he dislikes? No idea what he dislikes. So 340 is his stuff, so if nothing else, so I just toss some like various fellas to him. I'm looking for the big guy. I want to feed the big guy the hoga. Roosterfish. I don't think I've ever figured out what this guy likes or dislikes. He's not particularly picky, so it would seem. Most uniquely shaped. Well, we did find the long noodle fellas. So those guys are not noodle fellas, obviously, but they're also not uniquely shaped. He likes the filefish. Oh, I did have a sea chub this whole time. Don't I feel silly? No filefish for this person, unfortunately, but I do have one of these guys. Let's give him a damselfish. There we go. And then we've never seen this particular frigate bird before. We've seen the usual one, but we haven't seen this this different variant. He says, fancy looking. Give me the fancy boys. An eye for treasure. So I'll give you guys these guys. I wouldn't exactly call that one fancy. There's Axolotl again. New customer. And then a new version of the Ataltalin. I'll give you the Roosterfish. But I'm saving the Hoga for the big guy. So I'm not to say you're not worthy. Not to say you're not worthy, but I'm going to save that one for a special customer. Special customer. Yeah, you need a fancy knife for some of these. Exactly. Exactly. The pixelograph. Yeah, you're exactly right, Krygon. It was like just the overall presentation is not dissimilar to how a lot of indie games look. So I think that was where there was that assumption. Is that a fucking, like, baseball bat with nails driven in it? What the fuck? Or like a paddle? That's wild. Look at that fucker. Holy shit. That thing's it's a goddamn beast. So I did the knife upgrade. Can't afford the bamboo spear. We probably will next time. It's a bolo knife right now. That's not a knife. It's just a knife. So that's a bludgeoning object with nails driven in it, man. What the fuck? Usually assume a corporation is involved or is doing something guilty. Yeah, valid, honestly. Yeah, 3 is probably the easiest one to get into. I remember Shake said that. Yeah, that it's kind of a weird situation where 3 is perhaps a little bit easier to get into if you don't have knowledge of 2, because when you have knowledge of Rift Wizard 2, you like kind of have that pre-baked into your brain a little bit. I can see that fucking me up a little bit as far as like having some preconceived notions. Oh, I think I went the wrong way. Did dogs do a dumb? No, I did not do a dumb. Never mind, we're good. What I was trying to do though, did I hit the switch? Did it actually open? I think it did open. Oh my god, I'm trying to chase these motherfuckers. That's actually kind of funny. So, but what do we do that for? There's nothing there. Maybe I can approach from the other side, but what was the point of all that? What's the point of it all? What was the point of it all? What was the purpose? What was my life's purpose after it's all said and done? Oh, just want to get the little thingy. There we go, got it. And this one too, I suppose. Even though that's gonna only get us so much worth, so much value. And I have been in... I think I've explored all of this area. There's the Mahi Mahi. I did not open that door, though. Oh, so there's more than meets the eye here as well. So we're not done with this area either. There's like two halves, like a left half and a right half. Left half still has more to explore. I'm excited about it, man. It's comprehensive, but also quite difficult. I know Shake said he's been getting his butt kicked by it for sure. Also, this is not a optimal route. Suboptimal routing. Suboptimal routing. The games demos live communities will have my head for this. The speedrunners live community will have my head for this suboptimal gameplay. Complete shambles. Complete shambles. So oh, okay, I think I see the opposite side then. So I guess it all connects then. Is the idea. Stars are all connected to the brain. So in that case... In that case... If I get into this one and then kind of wrap around... It still seems like there's something I need to hit there. Did I not hit this switch? Maybe I didn't. Oh, you know what? I don't think I ever did. I don't think I ever hit that one. You know what? Just gonna grab this one. I don't think I ever hit that one. I think I saw it and then, like, got distracted. Never went back for that one. That's not a knife. Look at this fucker. Look at this fucking thing. Good lord. That's a lopper of a knife right there, man. That's a fucking body part extractifier. Big honkin' fucker. Big old dude. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Even like sounds heavy. So we wheeled it. Jason approved shit right there. That's right. That's right. Nice thing is it'll be a lot easier to go through these big boys. Almost all the scales in one fell swoop. One fell shoop to whoop. Next time we get a small fish, I'm going to see if I can use this whole thing to just go ka-chunk for like all the pieces all at once. Can I go the opposite direction? No, I cannot. So it's not one of those. It does big damage against the parasites. That's nice and convenient. For deworming them quickly. There's a big man. There's the Mahi Mahi. Can almost reach the whole girth of this guy in one fell swoop. And you know, I'm always one to be impressed by efficient girth reception. Plop, 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 plop. There we go. And just two-tap the giant head he's got. The filefish are just kind of cute. They're just funny-looking dudes. Just like me, for real, for real. Speedrunners hate him. That's right, man. Speedrunners probably would hate me, and or people that like to watch speedrunners, because I play the games I play so fucking slow. Such a slow little doofus. It's a tricky balance, especially when you're streaming, because, like, you know, on the one hand, you want to keep the ball rolling, you want to keep things moving, but also it's like, oh, I want to appreciate the things the game developers did, you know? The developers worked hard to make this game. I want to make sure I'm savoring things, especially because, you know, let's be real, there's so many games to play. What's the likelihood of me coming back to playing through game XYZ a second time, or like anytime soon at least? Of course, some games I do come back to every so often, but others, I mean, not always so guaranteed. So I try to be realistic in that sense. So, do we know what he likes? I don't think we actually know what he's all about. Oh, I guess we don't know. We have this version of him, and we know that he generally likes weird stuff, but we don't know what this separate version is all about. Mahi Mahi are good? Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. That's one of my favorites. He likes unique shape. That's a pretty unique shape. He loved it. And, So the Chupacabra, I mean, the Chupacabra would probably appreciate the Hoga. But I hardly even know ya. But I don't think that's what they're about either. And also, this is a separate version of the Chupacabra. Same name, but it's the shiny variant like in Pokemon, I guess. So, I'll try a couple things. This fella. And this guy. Or... Mahi Mahi. Oh, surely the Mahi Mahi was going to make him happy, but nope. No dice. Oddly enough, the Axolotl do not like the cornet fish. They probably don't like either variant, so I'll give them the chub. Give them the Chumbawamba. Still waiting for the big guy. Once the big guy appears, I'm going to draw the Hoga to him. Or toss the Hoga to him. This guy, no idea what he likes. Cornet fish? He likes that one. And then the brown pelican. I mean, they like anything, let's be real. I think I actually had a sea chub at one point, but I gave it away. Gave it away, man. I gave it away, give it away, give it away now. Oh, he didn't like... whatever I just gave him. There's a big guy. Eat up, homie. So unique, so delicioso. There we go. So I think he is happy. I think he is happy. So my bag be empty. However, I can go shopping now. We have a lot of money. Now, of course, getting... like, tangible upgrades is one thing, but I'm going to go shopping on the cosmetics page in particular. Because we have a dare challenge to buy a bunch of fun things here. So, I think the dare said we need to get 5 things off this menu. And some of these things are pretty expensive. Now, some of these guys down here are basically giving them away. So what instead I'm going to do... I almost feel bad. I almost wonder if these wouldn't count because they're basically giving them away for free. Where some of them have like higher costs, you know, for the extra little fun money stuffs. So I think what I'll instead do is I will get the chicken hat because obviously. I'll get the chicken suit also because obviously. And then I will get the sombrero. And then I'll go back for another round of getting big expensive fish, selling them off, and then using the proceeds to buy some fun cosmetic things. And more importantly, or equally importantly, I suppose, how do I adorn myself? How do I customize my guy? Make sure. Here we go, cosmetics. So for my hat, chicken hat, obviously. Oh, hat and head are different. I guess that kind of makes sense. Chicken body, or flower dress. That's kind of cute. Or the kilt. That's I was using the kilt earlier. Let's go. We'll just go with full chicken. At least I got my chicken. I did indeed unlock the diving boat, which is just a cosmetic one, but it's pretty. And I can add... oh my god, you can add a bajillion decals. I didn't realize you could add so many. That's crazy. So I will give him the Quetzalcoatl statue. And then also the coffee cup. And then the buoy. And then the rubber ball. And then, what else do I have? The shield. And Nessie. And Sputnik. Why is there Sputnik? I don't know. I don't know why there's Sputnik. I don't know why we do the things we do. There's lots more where that came from. So I got all kinds of weird nonsense all over this guy, which is kind of fun. Again, I don't think it actually has any bearing on the ship's performance or anything. Functionally speaking, I think it's just there for visuals to make it pretty. But anyway, so yeah, so let's do another round then of looking for the stuff. And I think I said there was a little bit more on that far left side I wanted to explore. That is exactly what we are here to do, my friends. That guy. Warp zone! Get some fun little dudes along the way. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's the one I want to go and knock it down that way, and then knock it the other direction. Oh, shit. As long as it lands on that guy. We'll go ahead and get this guy, too, while we're at it. Sure, why the hell not? Anything else around here? There's actually a different variant of the Mahi Mahi. That was a blue Mahi Mahi fella. And capture one of those guys, because we know those guys are nice and are nice and valuable, nice and worth our while. Weird noodle fellows are so funny. Yeah, give me that blue fella. Give me that blue guy. So whatever I did hitting that switch, it didn't... I guess it didn't stay flipped or something? Let's see if there's anything else to the right. Oh, there might be something in here, actually. Well, there is, but it's just a treasure chest, which is still nice, but not a switch. Maybe there's multiple switches you have to hit, because I was just kind of assuming that that was going to do the trick. And the switch did not appear to be compressed, which made me nervous too, honestly. Most scales are edible. Yeah, which makes sense. No, I've had fish dishes before where the scales were still there, and and some of them I ate around, others I said, fucking just ate through them, and it was fine. So it's more of a texture thing for some folks, and of course, if the fish is prepared really, really well, then you won't really notice a difference, obviously. And if it's not prepared exquisitely, then yeah, then you might notice it a little bit more obviously. Yeah, no dice. It almost seemed like that box didn't really have any effect there. Maybe there's something more than meets the eye there. And just so I'm clear, is it on the it's not an outside thing, is it? Yeah, like, what's over this way as I bully this pufferfish? Oh, maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree, bro. Maybe that's the issue. Let's retract real quick and try that again, because I wonder if maybe that's the issue. I'm going, like, the wrong direction here. Would not shock me. Would not shock me. Didn't mean to grab that guy, but it's fine. Summer break. Kids are making salmon. Oh, speaking of making fish, that actually sounds very pleasant, except for, like, if they're making a lot of noise. If it's a noisy venture, then that makes it less fun. Shit. There's a... I don't actually... Oh, because it's full. I was going to say, did we run out of rope? No, we didn't. We just ran out of room in the fishies. Back to the preparation station. Now, the nice thing about kids making fishies, making salmon, is that you might benefit from such things yourself. You might be willing to share. But yeah, if it's making a bunch of noise, and also, I'm sure, like, dirtying up some dishes. It's probably something that I missed somewhere. There it is. There's the noodle fella. There's the little guy. Barnacles. Can I get in one fell swoop? Yep. One fell swoop. Just one big ka-chunk to remove all the body parts in one swingy ding ding. And there we go. Barnacle time. Actually, I'll do one more pass. That's the barnacles. Okay. Nice time to make them glow for us. There we go. That stuff. And another one. And to appear. The coily reapproaches. Gotta approach him slowly. There we go. Chunk. There's the blue fella. So I was wrong. It looks like we had previously caught the blue variant once before. And these guys grow to about 1 meter long and weigh about 10 kilos. Impressive. Impressive big boys. Cooking ham with your roommate. Anyone who wanted a plate? That's awesome, man. Yeah, especially if you got roommates, there's people over. It's like, hey, man, who wants some extra stuff? Especially because, like, well, we can't eat all of this. Can't eat all of it, so I don't want it to go to waste. And of course, you might have leftovers, but if it's like a shitty dorm fridge, there might not be a lot of room in the fridge. Easier said than done. Is there any more? There's a little fella. Bump. I say, I can't do it all in one fell swoop like we did earlier. These guys golden. Get one last fella. There we go. Oh, it's a raid. It's a raid from Shake. What's up, Shake? Good to see you, man. Hope the stream was fun yesterday, man. It looked like it was a fun time. I was only, of course, able to catch the tail end of Mecha Chameleon, but it was fun getting to watch you guys, and I could tell everyone had a great time. I'm glad it was such a success getting, like, a bunch of other homies together and, like, getting a big group. I think Alias at one point said you guys were... Well, I don't know if everybody was at it for 8 hours, but he at least had been going for 8 hours. That's a very long, but hopefully very enjoyable time. I do appreciate that raid, man. We're playing more Scale of the Depth, same game we were playing a little bit last week. And it's pretty neat. I'm enjoying it a lot. We're exploring the areas, we're catching the fishies, we're cleaning and gutting and descaling the fishies, and then offering the fishies up to some adoring customers, and trying to cater what we offer them up to what we know they're into. And well, actually, in this case, I actually don't know what he's into. No idea. We know he likes fancy-looking guys. I mean, Mahi Mahi is fancy-looking. So, I would say one of these. Yeah, I mean, he didn't love it, but he didn't dislike it. I think Axolotl specifically like the small guys, and I have no small guys. Only big boys. I'll give him that one instead. Anyway, let's see what Shake was up to on this fine evening. This fine-ass evening. Well, shout out for our buddy. Thank you again for that raid, Mr. Shake. And as always, if you have any clips you want to share, my man, you know I'm always down. Always down to clown with whatever you got for us, man. If there's anything else you want to share with us. Entropy, yes, I've seen a little bit of that game, and it looks fucking weird, but it looks really freaking cool. Looks real sick. That one's been on my list for a while now, so yeah, I have high hopes for that one for sure. No idea what he dislikes. He only dislikes one thing, but only likes one thing. He says it's got to be big, whatever it is. But he's not so picky. The other guy was like big picky. That one though, not so much. Oh, he didn't like that one. But okay, he didn't like that. So we found what the one thing he dislikes. We're learning about our customer base. Oh, he didn't like that one too. That's a little surprising. That's a generally like considered to be a pretty good one. Well, in that case, I'll use my monies to make some additional purchases on the cosmetic tab in particular. So I would say I got myself the chicken stuff, which is nice. Got the sombrero, which is great too. How's about this? I'm gonna say, give me the Day of the Dead head. I'm a real deadhead, her. And then to kind of round it out, I'll say, give me the traffic cone. Same means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things purchased from the cosmetics tab, so I think we're all set. Very good. Very good. And also I gotta make sure I make my guy very pretty. So, although you can't see it, I'll give myself the Day of the Dead head. I guess if I have the traffic cone, then it's maybe a little more obvious, or the Fisher cap. Or the sombrero. I'll have the sombrero. And then I'll have a kilt. Nice and multicultural outfit, or a flower dress, maybe. I don't know. Honestly, the chicken suit really fucks. I think the chicken suit works. I think that works for us, man. But thank you again, Jake, for that raid. We're playing more Scale of the Depths, and I want to do a little bit more exploring, because I think there's probably more cool stuff to see. The upgrades are not necessarily going to be a huge thing for us, because a lot of some of the upgrades do not carry over from level to level. So some of the upgrades are worth it, obviously, but others you have to be a little bit more persnickety about. I'm going to go down this way. So I think it's this one here. I got to push this all the way, except I'm about to run out of room. I think there's a switch down here we want to press. It's that one right there. Yeah, you know what? There's probably a more efficient way to do that. I'm just going to go straight down. Because we don't have to go through the fancy route, I don't think. I could just go this way. I sometimes wish I could move the camera out maybe just a little bit more. Yeah, I realized I was suboptimal. But I really wanted to grab these things when they respawn, because they are far and few between. The same thing. Oh, wait, no, that's a different one, I think. That's a different one, yeah. Okay, that's the one we need. And I think I'm still going to run out of time. Yeah, you know what? Let's just catch some fishies. Get a couple puffer fishes. I'm just lassoing in circles around them, apparently. And then I'll retract and try again fresh. No distractions this time. But yeah, we're playing this game, and we are, of course, working on some dares for this game as well. We are indeed working on accomplishing some extra challenges through Dare Drop. Of course, we do a lot of stuff through Dare Drop here on the stream. It occurs to me that I don't know if I've actually, like, signed myself up for any of the dares for this game, or if I have, the ones I'm pursuing are not the ones I have listed. So I'll tell you verbally, the dares we're working on for this game. Opens the switch, there we go. The ones we're working on are for, I think we've accomplished them both, basically. There was one that was for, catching a legendary fish and descaling it with the worst knife in your inventory. So we did that one earlier. And then also purchasing 5 items from the equipment shop that are not relating to like major equipment finds. So things like cosmetic stuff, that kind of stuff. So we got that one, and I think we're done with this left-hand side now, fully. I think the left-hand side is fully donezo. However, there's stuff around here. There's treasure. I can't quite reach it just yet. Yeah, I want to see what the treasure is. And actually, I can just go straight down next. It's probably a more direct route. Just going through that one shortcut we opened up. That'll probably make that a little bit faster for us. So anyway, so the 2 dares we're striving towards, I believe we've accomplished. And of course, I can't overpromise anything. I'm not going to roll any giveaways right now or tonight, because I want to wait until I have the giveaway keys in hand from the Dare Drop admins. So I would say what's likely to happen is that I will submit clips of me accomplishing those dares to the Dare Drop admin, so we should hear back from them in a couple days. Hopefully before the end of the week. That's what I'm thinking, most likely. Once I have them in hand, then I will open up raffles in the Discord server. I'll open up the raffles for participation. We actually already have a couple of raffles that are open to join. So if you have any interest in games like Rune Dice or War Stride Challenges, War Stride Challenges is kind of like a speed-running first-person shooter, like precision platformer game. And then Rune Dice is a dice-based roguelike. Very cool game. We'll have keys for both of those games that we're giving away. Oh, okay, so this just leads back to this area. That's actually great. We'll have keys for both games that we're giving away. I would say in a couple of days. Well, for sure we'll be doing some giveaways on Friday. I don't know if I can guarantee we'll have everything ready for this Friday. But, like, the keys for this game, if it takes more than a couple days, like, if we get the keys on Thursday or like, Wednesday or Thursday, I might just hold off on doing the giveaways for this game next week. I just like to give everyone a couple days so they can still participate in the stuff that they want to try to grab. Which is to say, give them time to enter into the raffles, if they wish. I think we've done everything. I think we're all set, though. I think we've opened up all the extra areas. I'll grab some extra fishies. Yeah, so I think we're all set. We've opened up all the shortcuts. I think we've explored everything. We probably haven't found every little thing in this area. We probably haven't found every artifact or every collectible. Don't know if there's anything that says, like, how many there are in an area. Was it almanac? So artifacts. So we've missed one artifact. We haven't unlocked all the stuff, obviously. We've gotten all the messages in bottles. We technically haven't seen all the customers either, so it's not a 100% experience yet, obviously. But we've done this level pretty darn thoroughly, I think. I think we've done pretty alright, so let's clean and offer up the stuff we have to play with. Yeah, we'll definitely go into the giveaway for this one, for sure. Yeah. So if anyone's curious if you would like to participate in the giveaways that are open right now, again, we'll have 2 giveaway keys for Rune Dice that we're giving away this Friday, and then 1 key for War Stride Challenges, that speedrun game I was telling you about. We'll be doing those giveaways, both of them, this Friday, when the stream ends, at the end of the evening. If you wish to enter into those raffles, they're open to join right now, and in order to join them, all you gotta do is join the Discord server and check the giveaways channel that we have set up. Actually, giveaway channels. There's 1 for each individual game we're giving away. So 1 channel for Rune Dice, 1 channel for War Stride Challenges. So those raffles are open to join, and like I said, I'll be doing the draw for them at the end of the stream on Friday. And the hope is to also include, hopefully at least 1 giveaway key for this game as well on Friday. But if worse comes to worse and we don't get the keys for a while, we'll still do the giveaways on next Friday, most likely. So instead of the 26th, that would be July 4th. Happy 4th of July. Oh, no, July 3rd. I misread. July 3rd would be when we would do the giveaways for this game, most likely. We'll do 1 more pass with this level, and then we'll jump into the next one, I think. Getting a little bit late, but I think we have enough time to at least do 1 more, like a little bit of exploration of the next level, just to see what awaits us. We definitely won't be able to beat the next level, but we'll be able to do some damage. Get some new fishies, see some new customers. Have a nice old time. Boom boom. Lots of big fishies. And more big guys like this guy. Again, this is not a bi-directional knife, it is one direction. Just like the boy band. And then once we're done with this kind of round of feeding, yeah, there's really not much else that we need to worry about in this level. We could, I guess if we really wanted to, we could go back to the first level. There might have been like a few things I might have missed there, but I feel like we hit that area pretty well too. Very good. So many big boys. I don't think I captured any of the legendary guys. And they're honestly getting the tricky thing with the legendary fish is that reaching him was the hard part. Reaching the legendary fish was what made him tough. Once you were kind of in his neck of the woods, then it was quite easy, honestly. Whereas in the first area, reaching the legendary fish was pretty trivial, but capturing him, which is to say, like, getting enough damage on him to be able to pull him up was really tricky because the electric pulses that he would do were really challenging until you had the bait that gave you immunity to those pulses. Thank goodness, because that shit was annoying. The Rune Dice demo, it's good. It's a good game. I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it. If it's one of those games where I would say if it looks like something you would enjoy, it's probably something you'll be into. It probably won't be enough to convert anybody that doesn't really like roguelikes or deck builders. If you don't like roguelikes or deck builders, it probably won't convert you. But I enjoyed it because I like both those things. So there you go. We got Aaron in the house. What's up, Mr. Aaron? Good to see you, bud. Thank you for joining in, and thank you for the Bomber Friend redemption. I'm all refreshed. There we go. There we go. So we got big monies. Actually, we don't have a lot of money, but we're about to make big money. So Axolotl, what's the one thing he does not dislike? This guy he dislikes a lot of things, actually. Filefish and cornet fish, not fans. The chubs, though, he does not mind the chub. And this fella, they like the blue spotted cornet. Probably any of the noodle fellas. What's my crappiest thing I can give him? He might not like the porcupine fellas. Yeah, he didn't like the porcupine guys, so that kind of balanced out. Give him something he liked and something he strongly disliked. And then there's that little guy. He doesn't like the porcupine ones. They hurt his old tum-tums. Give you everything I got, but I don't have much more for you right now, unfortunately. Can go shopping, and do some upgrades. So again, none of these upgrades would carry over, I don't think. The bucket upgrade actually might. Actually, a little bit shy on the repellent, which might be kind of nifty. We'll do the bucket upgrade. We'll do a few upgrades on the bucket. I guess just the one upgrade. And then... Our little fella looks so funny. And then... Oh. It's like... I'm trying to see, like, other like, specific spots to tickle. Will he do something if I tickle the right things in the right order? I'm just clicking randomly, just hoping to find something. It's almost like a Simon Says, but I'm really bad at it. I'm always looking to see if there's, like, any fun interactions. Coffee cup. I'm trying to, like, click and hold and wiggle it. Yeah, nothing fancy. Okay, that's fine. Yep. So instead, we will venture out into the new area. We just unlocked third area, which is exciting. Outer Banks, North Carolina. I've actually been there a bunch. That was a place where my family, my dad, and like that side of the family, we would all visit. Not Mexico, but North Carolina. We'd visit the Outer Banks in the summer for a couple years, like around middle school. So I had fond memories of going there. Whole bunch of customers there. 25 there, 23 there. So this would be the highest number of customers. We got almost all the treasures in this last level. Which means new opportunities, my friends. It's like a swamp. Actually, I had no idea that the Outer Banks were swampy because the areas we were at was all beach. It was all like beaches and beautiful. More like swampy. Say nice things on the roast meat posts. Is that where you sometimes get downvoted, shock value? Maybe you were saying last week you were wrangling with some weirdos on Reddit and they were giving you a hard time. Like, how dare you misunderstand our intentions of this subreddit? Violating the sanctity of the R roast meat community. You, sir, have been sanctioned. Outer Banks, pretty unique, he says. brackish water between the islands. That's the thing, because I guess since we were only on like the beach side, we weren't on the inland area, so maybe that's where like the water's a little bit more unique. Privateers, pirates, and shipwrecks have all passed through here, he says. Brackish, that's a fun word. Here's a new knife and a new hook. Have a good time. Get down to hooking and knifing. Hooking and stabbing. Belted kingfisher. Very good, very good. So again, we have other things to go for. Looks like these upgrades actually might carry over then. Well, actually, no. Well, maybe not though. It's because it's only at 150, so maybe not. Maybe it's something different. Or maybe the toy rod is what we have right now, and the next upgrade is the one that... Well, we don't know the name of it, maybe. I like the crab lure, by the way. That's cute. Gut knife. There's iron bucket. There's other repellent, of course. Other cosmetics. And I guess some of the cosmetics are region-specific. Cat onesie. Jellyfish. That's cute. I like it. I like it. Any fun baits? Barrel Buster and Cotton Ball. Reduces hook damage to 0, but boosts other effects. Good for exploration. That would be nice for exploration for sure. Kind of expensive, though. Allows high-level hooks to break barrels. Oh, that'd be nice, because I've seen them. I've seen the barrels, and wondered if they were breakable. I don't know if they were any in the previous level, but they definitely were in the first level. Look at this brackish water. Oh, God, it's all fucking gross. It's all gross and, like, grody and globby. I need that barrel buster to break through there. Now, I'm gonna need to remove the repellent stuff, because I definitely want to capture the dudes. I definitely want to capture the dudes of all sizes, all shapes and sizes. In fact, I'm going to want to switch out this one, I guess, to that one, because that one, of course, has a built-in repellent kind of aspect to it anyway. Cool if we could eventually get more than 2 baits equipped. Might be a future upgrade. So I got some new fellers. That's a new feller too. But I cannot capture the like boots or tin cans. Like, I can't capture any of those, unfortunately. So no stereotypes here, unfortunately. This water sure do be brackish. I'm seeing a lot of brack. Oh, jellyfish. Yeah. It's actually, to that point, now I think I actually do give a shit about the rubber glove, because it actually would be helpful. It means we can avoid the electric shockifications. Jellyfishing, jellyfishing. Even though I'm immune to the shocking. Oh god, I'm just carving circles around him. Oh, maybe you can't get him at all. Maybe he's uncapturable. So I'm immune to the shock, but I just go right through him. I'll focus on other ventures. The sunfish. Summer flounder. I just met her. Was that a gasoline can down there? Goddamn. Shit's intense. One more fishy. Let's grab the small one. Enjoy the fishing, mate. Sounds good, Meerkat. Thanks for hanging out, man. Thanks for chilling with us, buddy. Always nice to hear from you. We get to clean off the grossness now. So there's a new aspect of the fish cleaning. Literally cleaning the fish. Any direction, any speed with a special sponge. So it's nice and easy. And then the descaling. So not that much more complicated, honestly. Still perfect. Very good. So I'm guessing, do I have to, is there a button to swap to the cleansing? Or maybe not all things need to be cleansed. Also, no scales, so just remove barnacles. Kind of cool. So no scalification. Just a lobster, or crayfish, rather. Crayfish. So starting knife is actually not too bad. Not too bad. Here's a slippery dick. I forgot that's an honest to goodness name of a fish. The slippery dick. It's because the guy that discovered him, his name is Richard. All right? His name is Richard. Friends called him Dick. And he caught a fish and it slipped out of his hands and said, hey, the old slippery dick. And they all had a good time. Surely that's why it's called that. For purely wholesome and Christian reasons. Nothing weird. Smack. There we go. Starting for the legs might have been kind of fucked up because there's no guarantee he was dead. So I'd probably start with the head. Just put him out of his misery. Got a good old bluegill. Right. I've had bluegill before. Pretty sure that's a pretty good. Smack, smack, smack. It's kind of whittling away, and there we go. Right, right. That's why I shot for you, because you're respectable, just like the fish. The noble flathead fish, or fathead fish. You know what I mean? Summer flounder. The funny eyeballs on the side of his face. Funny fella. The small guy. Boing. I'm kind of curious. We still haven't discovered all the small guys, but we've discovered a bunch of them. So we're probably able to go back to the baits pretty soon here. So what is he like? Black spots and an odd flavor. How's about the crappie? Or maybe the minnow? He's not complaining about the minnow. How about a slippery dick? He loves the way the slippery dick slides down the thrusty. There you go. Loggerhead turtles. Very nice. Something with a bit of a crunch. How about the crayfish? It says that is scrumdiddlyumptious. Thank you. And he pays us big. Another kingfisher. Crappie? He loves it. And then snake. A cottonmouth. Something green and long. Probably not the minnow. Nope. Bland. Bluegill? As unbothered by it. Flounder? Not what he was looking for, but not complaining. I got no crunchy boys, but I got some slithery boys. Scaly boys, even. Actually, not scaly, because I removed the scales. So I want something green and long. Oh, whoops. I was thinking, these are weird-looking customers. So he does not like the minnow specifically. Is that a stingray eventually and an eagle? Maybe a gator or two? That's exciting. Any cool upgrades? Didn't make a ton of money there, but I will do some rod upgrades. Always down for a big rod upgrade. So let's get to exploring more. I'm guessing that, yeah, we'll need some kind of thing to blow up that, or like ignite that one spot on the side there. Unless I can just go up this way. Oh, couldn't quite. Maybe the idea is that it's just meant to be a one-way ticket. So there was a treasure. Shame about all the pollution down here. What was the trash planet? Oh, actually, in Star Fox 64, was that Zonus? Oh, there's a Zonus. So that's what I think of here. Oh, almost missed this guy. Easy miss. Thing up top. A little extension of the line. One toke over the line. Is that a... Let's see what that guy is. What is that? It's a... never heard of a pickerel before. I keep getting distracted and, like, exploring all the other stuff, and I keep not sticking to the task at hand. Getting that one treasure. Oh, but I want the noodle fella. Long and slithery boy for the sneaky boy. American eel. American eel! Don't stay away. American eel! Listen to what I say. It's my best impression of the guy, of the singer from the Guess Who. Don't be eeling around my door. Don't want to see your fish no more. Can I knock that down? No, I got excited. Still have plenty of space for more fishies. Let's explore to the right. Oh, I guess there's nothing to the right. I'll go down and to the right. And move those around. Is there something underneath? No, nothing underneath. Oh, now I'm stuck. More jellyfishings. A message in a bottle. And a shipwreck, so it would seem. Might be some goodies there. Let's down for some goodly goodies. There's a barrel that may or may not be destructible. I thought for sure there'd be something in there, but nope. What about up here? Can I get the treasure? Can I claim it? I got the bait. It was a springy boy. Grants the ability to trigger a short forward dash. That's kind of cool. It's an active ability. I think I probably should stick with what I have right now, but that is good to know. Is there anything else in that little nook? Probably not. My gut tells me probably not. Anything up? Nah, I think we're good. I think we're good there. So we explored all that. Just as well, because we run out of line anyway. I got all those guys already, or had some kind of representation of them. Haven't seen one of those. Oh shit. Now we're full. There was some fish I'd never seen before. There's slippery dick. Perfect. A perfect dick. Perfect dick specimen. There's the crunchy boys. The turtles love the crunchy boys. Yeah, we're going for the head first just to make sure he's dead. Before I start disemboweling his other bits. What is this guy? This is a chain pickerel. I mean, he looks pickle-esque. Maybe that's where the pickle name comes in. The pickle nomenclature. It's a one direction knife. There we go. There's a long boy. To clean off this guy. Or of a surface crayfish. Bathe him and then dead his ass. American eel, there he is. Get that algae off there. Scrub him good. Does he have scales? He does have scales. I've never thought about eels having scales before, because when I think of eels, I think of them being very smooth and eel-like. But maybe they do have, like, still, like, some kind of layer, even if it's not what you typically think of when it comes to scales on fishies. Speak to the people, that's right, that's right. One nice little pass through on those guys. This will be the final pass through. There we go. And there we go. Oh, are we done? What else? What am I missing? Oh, is that? Oh, that's a teeny little barnacle right there. Sneaky boy. Sneaky barnacle boy. There we go. Say no immediate need for the knife upgrade. The default knife is doing just fine right now, but I say that I'm sure once I get a nice knife upgrade, there's no going back. Also, once we find bigger fish, because we haven't found anything huge just yet. Some long boys, but no enormous boys. It's a new slippery dick. Never seen that variant of him before. That flavor of the dick. Everyone loves the unique dick flavor. Right, Cottonmouth Joe definitely wants the eel. Really? He didn't want the eel? I could have sworn that was going to be it for him. Said he wanted something, like, weird. Oh, maybe he doesn't have a favorite. Oh, whoops, herp. Right, because that's the eel itself. These are the customers. So that was not his liked thing. So it was something else he likes. What do you want? What would you like? You have unagi. I'm going to guess that's like... Like, the answer is no, but I'm guessing there's, like, another word for it. Give him this guy. And then this guy. This guy? He doesn't mind the small fellers. Modest dwelling. There's Turtle Friend. Loves these things. He loves it. Oh, that is eel. Okay, cool. Good to know. Thank you, Elif. I was like, I feel like I should know this, but I don't. So no eel here, but I have a bunch of dicks for you. I just filled his entire stomach up with dicks. Don't eat that many dicks, you'll spoil your dinner. How many slippery dicks, you'll spoil your dinner, bro. Go for the knife upgrade. I said I didn't need it, but I'll do it. A David Bowie knife. Very good, very good. Now I can explore even more gooder. Let's go deep. We're going deep. Ooh, treasure. Some extra monies. There we go. I don't know if I've caught these guys before. That is a Atlantic herring. Not a red one. The message in the bottle. Sending out an SOS. We'll get that if possible. Nice little collectible. Admittedly, I don't exactly play this game for the plot, but I'm not going to say no. Say whatever this is. I definitely want that. That is a sea bass. Weird accent I almost said that with. Sea bass guitar. Ooh, cool little little drift current right there. What about this direction? What kind of fish is that? That lead pipe. In before loud lead pipe clanging noise. Oh, I can't go that way. Good to know. It's exploring, man. All exploration mode. Oh, wait. I should get that guy. So, big fucker. Is that a catfish? No, it's too fucking weird to be a catfish. I mean, catfish are weird-looking fellers. Catfish are weird-looking dudes, but that guy was too weird-looking to be a catfish. It bothers Gracie to no end because there's, like, you know, really nice fish out there. There's, like, the really good stuff out there. Like halibut. And, perch and, like, you know, there's, like, the good stuff. But my backwater hillbilly ass, my favorite kind of fish are all, like, the shit fish, man. I like the bottom feeders. I like the fucking, catfish. I like the goddamn, oh, what is it? Oh, that was a discovery? Oh, okay. Oh, what's the other one? There's another one that's like a bottom feeder that's like very prominent in like a lot of grocery stores around here. Name escapes me though. It'll come to me. But anyway, whenever we're talking about seafood, I'm always like, ooh, is it tilapia? That's it, tilapia. Thank you, Elif. Yeah, it's like, dude, I love tilapia. I love catfish. Grace is like, can we just like get something fancy? It's like, bro, I'm such a fucking hillbilly, dude. My hillbilly ass, man. I can't help it. Blame my Southern Illinois upbringing. It is baked into my DNA. Between my adoration of corn and my questionable fish palate. But I mean, I won't deny that halibut is like a better fish. Like, of course, it's better. Perch is a better fish. Of course it is. It's nicer. It's obviously nicer. But I don't know, man. Like, you gotta like get tilapia or something like fish steak from a grocery store. It's gonna be expensive, but tilapia and fucking catfish is gonna be real cheap, so you could get like a whole bunch of it. I mean, it's no brainer. Also, I don't know if you can see, there's like some artifacting on the edge of the fish asset here. Not that it's like a horrible thing, but it does jump out to me. There's some really bad artifacting on the edges here, but it does go away once you descale it. So maybe the scales are the ones that are having that have the artifacts on them. The aliasing. It's pretty cheap. Exactly. That's why I love it. Purpley, shiny variant. Can I go different directions? Nope. You can also like sex it up with a nice sauce. That's what I'm saying. But I will acknowledge that it is, you know, overall a lesser quality fish. I understand. Like, you know, the really good fish, you don't have to do much with it to like sex it up. I had trout the last week at the really nice restaurant I was telling folks about earlier, or a couple of streams ago. The French place we went to that I'd never heard of before. It was really nice, and it wasn't overly fancy. It was like, you know, maybe like wearing this, maybe not so much, but like a collared polo and jeans, right? Like a polo shirt and jeans, you'll do just fine. So it wasn't like that fancy schmancy. Yeah, it had a nice trout there, and that place was very pleasant, and the trout was cooked really nice. Had a little bit of like a lemon butter on it. It was very pleasant, but it wasn't like super sexified up. It was pretty simple. So I recognize like the good kind of fish are pretty good on their own. Yeah, you really can't go wrong with any of those, honestly. As far as I'm concerned, all solid choices. Scrub-a-dub-dub. Look at that. 3 quick ones. Got a lot of sea bass. Sea bass, that's right. Look how smooth things become once you descale. So smooth, buttery smooth. All right, and now he likes the long boys, and I found no long boys for him. Does he dislike things that I know about? He definitely does not like the minnows. In fact, that's the only dislike that he has. Get one of these guys. And then give him a dick. There we go. Dick in his mouth. There we go. Eagle. Bald-ass eagle. What does he want? Big and full of nutrients. I must become strong, he says. How about a sea bass? I figured you'd want an American eel, maybe. I know it's too obvious, but... Bluegill? I have a classified mission he's on, yes. Flounder? Did I just met her? Yeah. He wasn't complaining about any of them. So he has 1 dislike and 1 like. So not overly fancy schmancy. Kingfisher, do I know what he's all about? He likes the white crappie, but I don't think I have any of those. I got some these little guys. Not bird, but smart. Let's give him everything else. No complaints. No complaints here. Probably, yeah, probably better fishing lure would be nice. Would be nice, would be nice. Oh, that's where I was gonna apply the repellent on the big boys. The garbage being spewed that way. Anything else cool down here? There's some big weirdos. And something down here. Another something. Did I get what it is? It is an artifact. Like just a bottle, but sure. I mean, I say just a bottle. Listen to me, just a bottle. I mean, I'm a proud Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask randomizer enjoyer, and I know the value all too much of that an empty bottle can bring you. That is a powerful treasure. Powerful treasure in those games, man. Tell you that much, bro. Oh, right, I can't go that way. That's right, that's right. I definitely want to go down that way. In fact, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to apply the repellent. And I'm going to go hard to the left so I can actually explore that little nook, because I am curious. I do be curious. Kind of discovered it by complete accident at one time and haven't been back since. This. Is that a rat? Is that was that a king rat that I just picked up? Like it had a little crown on his head or something. Not sure what that was. Repellent is definitely helping when it comes to getting rid of ridding ourselves of the unsavories, as it were. And still get the crayfish though. That should do be cray cray. Of course, I took a suboptimal path going here as well. I'll get another of these guys though for my troubles. Oh, I never actually got that catfish. Okay. So I was able to attack one last time, but didn't actually get one. Delicious, man. Catfish. Delicious. So like, you know, to the tune of me not being a fish snob, like, you know, I'm down for anything, man. You know, cod or any of that kind of stuff. I'm down for any of it. Anything and everything. I'm down for all of it. Cod, salmon. It's all good, man. It's all good. I'll take it all. That being said, my taste for like sashimi is not very good because I'm kind of squeamish when it comes to like the really hardcore sushi. So when it comes to seafood, there's lots of stuff I like, but there's certain deviations of seafood that I'm kind of not big on. Also, not a huge crab guy. I don't hate it, but I don't go for like a crab boil or like that kind of thing very often. I've never actually had lobster. Never had lobster before. It's because it's crazy expensive, obviously. And of course, not sure like how good the lobster we can get out here really is in the grand scheme of things out here in the mainland, and in a landlocked area. Salmon's pretty solid. Yeah, salmon's just like so reliable. Like it's so reliable. It's you know, it's like it could be boring, but it's like such a guarantee, like solid time. I've never had salmon that I've not enjoyed. Always down for some salmon. Good times. Sea urchin. I didn't realize that sea urchin was edible. I would have assumed that it was not edible, but if it is, that's pretty cool. Got his ass. Good. There we go. But I've never had lobster. At least, well, I mean, or at least I'll say this much. I don't have memory of having lobster. I mean, I've never really been in a situation where it's just like readily available. Where it's like, oh, hey, just, you know, oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. Like, oh, hey, we just got lobster chilling here. It's like, I mean, I guess it'd be one thing if it was maybe like, I know there exist like seafood buffets that have lobster. So I know there's those out there that are out there. New kind of parasite just dropped, by the way. Look at these, they got little eyeballs on them. It's kind of cute. So no, I've never been to like those like real fancy ones. I know that casinos tend to have that. Casinos tend to have like really fancy food buffets and things like some like seafood and like things like lobster in them. As of course an incentive to draw you in, obviously, because that's how casinos do it. And I've never been to a casino proper, at least not as an adult. I've been as a kid, but it was like, you know, just to tag along with you know, with like a family friends kind of thing. And we were just in the kid-friendly areas anyway. So I've been in a casino, but, you know, not literally been to a casino. And I have no interest in it because I have no interest in gambling. With my kind of generally risk-averse nature. Not much of a gambler. Gambler or a rambler or a midnight interdimensional shambler. Urchin is on a lot of stuff. Yeah, no, I don't have sushi very often. It's true. If I have sushi, it's fairly rare. I mean, I've had it in recent memory, and of course we had it in Japan, obviously. But even then, I didn't like go super wild with like trying weird stuff. I played it pretty safe, and I've told the story before about how I had my one really bad food poisoning experience years and years ago, and it was with sushi. It was a sushi related food poisoning experience, which very much put the dampener on my enjoyment of the food, unfortunately. It's just how it goes. I forget you could scroll all the way further, which is nifty. Yeah, there's lots of fancy stuff I've never had. Fish eggs. I don't know. Maybe I have. I can't remember. If I have, it's been a minute, and it was probably like in, you know, like some kind of sushi roll where it was like it wasn't like a main attraction, so its flavor profile didn't really jump out at me. He says, give me something big and nutritious. Catfish. I mean, he didn't dislike it, at least. Do I know what this guy's all about? We don't know. Generally, we don't know. He wants the eels. I don't think I have any eels this time. Yeah, no eels for you, bro. Sorry. I have non-eel things. That's kind of the same thing. It says, do not tarry. I like that word. Oh, we didn't like that one. We found what he does not like. He also does not like the crunchy boys. No crunchy boys for me, he says. Give us a turtle. Spotted eagle ray. That's kind of cool. Anything easy to eat? I was actually worried those would not be easy, but I guess they got small mouths, maybe. Kind of neat. So now go to the shop. We get another rod upgrade. Yep, that's a big one for sure. The rod upgrades are huge. They're big McLarge huge. Right, we're going up. I do want to see what is in that little fancy area. I do be curious. Have I gone in here? I don't think I have. Something down here. Some treasure. Compass. Compass. My favorite kind. The best kind of piss. Cum kind. It's one of those words where it's like if you're on the internet long enough, that word will just be ruined for you forever. You're on the internet and hang around the worst kind of people like I do, aka myself. Certain words are just ruined forever. I remember reading somewhere, somebody was like, yeah, man, I was just doing my own thing and I read the word citrusy as like a description for a flavor profile, and it's like, bro, I'm ruined. Like I'm ruined forever. There's no cure for this brain rot. And of course, they didn't read it as citrusy, they read it as citrusy. It's like, the brain rot is terminal, man. There's no hope for me, man. I'm a lost cause. Just go on without me, bro. To go on without me. Now, what's down here? A bottle. Give me the bottle. The bottle. There we go. I cannot go through that thing. Thing here. Whenever I see like a big old... Oh, look at these fucking guys. Whatever that guy is, I definitely want one of those. They're big. It'd be cool if I could open those areas up for easier traversal. That'd be really neat. What about a lady salmon? Prime the eggs? Ooh, could be kind of nice, yeah. I'd be down to try it. Man. I've never had an opportunity for doing so. But I would not say no. I was just catching stuff, not really exploring, just catching. This music is a little bit Diddy Kong coded. A little bit Diddy Kong Racing coded, which is not a bad thing. I'm never one to turn up my nose at some Diddy Kong Racing reminiscent music. Not so much this, but like the exploring music in this area. I've been watching a couple friends, streamer buddies, as they play Diddy Kong Racing for the first time, like play through it. It's a tough-ass game, and I don't just mean like the standard stuff. Or rather, no, I don't just mean like the extra stuff, because of course the extra stuff is crazy hard. That second adventure mode is rough. But even just the standard mode for that game is tough. I applaud those who had the patience as children, or as adults for that matter, to 100% that game, because that is, I mean, even just the standard adventure mode is tough. But yeah, the adventure 2 mode where you get like the extra tough, like the extra tough coin levels, like that shit's brutal. I definitely didn't have the patience for it as a kid. Love the game though; it's a great game. Great game, and in many ways, is the superior kart racer to Mario Kart 64. And I like Mario Kart 64 more. I personally like that one more. But I would say, looking at it somewhat objectively, at least somewhat objectively, it's like I'll acknowledge that Diddy Kong Racing does a lot of things better than Mario Kart 64 ever did. So, by many measures, it is the better game. But I still like Mario Kart 64 more. So, that's my favorite. Extremely subjective opinion. I get the wormy boys. Food for the worms. Except not food for the worms, because I'm killing the worms. There we go. Those barnacles out of there. The Kirby racing game. I never did play Kirby Air Ride. Of course, there's a new one, Kirby Air Riders, which I've heard is very, very good. I heard the new one's fantastic. No, I never did play Kirby Air Ride back in the day on the GameCube, which is a shame because I heard it was really good. I heard it was like kind of simple, and that's why I never got around to it. I just heard it was like, it doesn't really sound exciting. But apparently it's very good, and of course the city mode, dude. Or the city trial. Everyone loves the city trial. At some point, I probably owe it to myself to give that a proper shake. What about Sonic Riders? I've heard that one. I've heard the new one's pretty good. I heard the first one was just kind of okay. And the second one was good, and the newest one I've heard is quite nice. The Crossworlds game, I heard that one's pretty good. And I've yet to play them. So yeah, by no means am I a themed racer / kart racer connoisseur. There's also of all things, there was a Mickey Mouse like kart racer game that I know for the N64 that I think was fairly well remembered by those who were into it. Mickey Speed Racer or Speedway or something like that. Like that one was one that flew under a lot of people's radar, myself included, but apparently that one was also quite good. This Star Wars Racer? Dude, the Star Wars Racer does look hype. I'm with you. Absolutely with you on that one. That one does look pretty sick. I did enjoy the Pod Racer game on the N64. I was terrible at it. Never got very far at it, but my brother and I rented it a couple times, and really cool game. Really cool game. One of the nicer things to come out of the prequel Star Wars ecosystem, as it were. Not the only good thing to come out of it, but yeah, I would say that one definitely has a particular high mark as far as I'm concerned. Come on. Okay. I'm surprised that there's not as many punishments for flinging this knife around to remove the barnacles. So it makes sense that if there were still scales there, that you run the risk of digging into the scales and causing some damage there, but you'd think there'd be other means of accidentally causing damage, but it's yet to happen. Yeah, it's to happen. No complaints here. Get all the grime. There we go. Now this is pod racing. Man, it's always a bummer when it comes to the prequel movies. Phantom Menace in particular. Anytime I think of the quotes from Jake Lloyd, I think was the guy's name, the kid that played, then child that played Anakin, young Anakin. It's no like surprise. It's no secret that movie ruined that kid's life. Now a fully grown ass adult, but like that shit fucking ruined him, man. It fucked up the Jar Jar guy pretty bad too. The actor that played Jar Jar. I think he's like kind of come around. I think he's doing better now, but he had some real mental health struggles as a result of that movie, and it's, you know, of course, its reception. And I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, well, if you really think about it, the movie's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna hit you with that line, because I would be a bald-faced liar. I think Phantom Menace is probably the worst Star Wars movie. And there are moments in that movie where I'm just like, oh, this is rough. This is fucking rough, man. And I don't even mind Jar Jar. I don't even mind the pod racing sequences. Like, there's things I don't mind that I know everyone harps on. I don't mind Jar Jar. I don't mind the elaborate pod racer sequences. And honestly, I thought Darth Maul was kind of badass. I like the lightsaber fights. There were things I found redeeming, but man, there were just some dialogue moments that are just like, oh god. I don't even mind the midichlorians. I don't even mind the midichlorians. I don't mind it. I don't love it, but I don't mind it. But yeah, the thing that just fucks me is just like there is some dialogue, and I don't mean to shit on child actors here, and I will not say who has lines that fuck me up the most, but there are certain deliveries of certain lines where I'm just like dying in my chair. I'm just like, this is miserable. But yeah, it's a shame though what happened with Jake Lloyd. I think it was the guy's name. Somehow Palpatine returned. No, honestly, no, I didn't mind the sequel movies. I mean, they were not perfect, of course. There are valid critiques to be levied against them for sure. No, I did not mind the sequel series. I did not mind them. But yeah, but Phantom Menace I do mind. Phantom Menace I do mind. The sequel movies hold my blue milk. I don't know. I didn't mind them as much. I don't disagree with anybody who says they didn't like them. Like, again, there's valid critiques to be found. I mean, you could levy valid critiques towards any of the Star Wars movies because, you know, even from the get-go, they were, you know, a little rough around the edges in many ways. But, you know, it was the spirit and the joy that they brought that was, you know, they weren't really going for cinematic excellence necessarily. They were just going for fun movies. You're one of the insane ones. I mean, for one thing is that I've watched the prequel movies relatively recently. So they're still fresh enough in my brain where I can compare them. And this is not to discount your opinions, Aleph, but when I've heard people say that, like, do what's the phrase when someone does like the rose-colored glasses, and they're like, well, the prequel movies weren't that bad. I'm over here like, bro, have you watched them recently? Have you watched the prequel movies recently? Because there are redeeming factors about them. Even Phantom Menace has things that are redeeming about them. But I don't know, man. To me, I can't compare them. To me, there's an enormous gulf in just quality and just overall things that I personally like more about the sequel movies than I do about the prequel ones. Now, of course, the prequel ones at least were swinging for the fences in some ways. You know, at least they were trying for some interesting things, and you could argue successfully that the sequel movies were less ambitious and were less like going for like philosophical kinds of reaches, and that's fair. And maybe that's where the prequel movies floundered, was they were like swinging too hard with an ill-equipped utility belt. Like that's that is probably what a lot of it comes down to. But still, though, man, those prequel movies is rough, man. That shit's rough. You only like the originals? Quit being old. I do sometimes wonder when someone says, like, man, I hate the prequels, and I hate the sequels, and I don't like Andor, and I don't like blah, 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 you know, like Rogue One, and the Solo movie, and Andor, and Mandalorian, all these other movies, like, if it's, and TV shows, if, like, someone says they only like the original movies, that is, I do sometimes question that, because it's like, man, surely there's something else you like, right? Because Andor, I've heard, is very good. I've never watched it, but I've heard really good things about Andor, heard good things about Mandalorian. I loved Rogue One. Loved Rogue One. Star Wars is overrated? Well, I mean, of course it is. Of course it's overrated. It's like the de facto, for better or for worse, the de facto space thing, you know, just spacey thing. And it's no question that it is, of course, overrated. Absolutely. That is the most lukewarm take you could levy. Yeah, and I don't think even the most, like, ardent of, we didn't like that one. Too slippery. Wait, too slippery and smooth? You wanted easy to eat, bro. Bro wants easy to eat, then complains about something being too slippery and smooth. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. But no, I think the most ardent Star Wars fanboy would be like, yeah, it do be that way. I was hoping he would like the catfish. Nobody wants the catfish, man. What the hell? Yeah, we understand what it was about. Yeah. A lot of dead end stuff. Yeah. There was a lot of dead ends for sure. And the prequels, we kind of knew ahead of time where things were going, and it was a simpler story being told, but of course it muddied the waters with peace treaty, well, not even peace treaties, trade treaties, and villains that felt half-baked, and like there were things that felt underutilized, and like there were missed opportunities, and you could say the same about the sequels. There were definitely missed opportunities there as well. Okay, he likes the bluegill specifically. He likes the bluegill. Good to know. We found this fucking guy. Bunyip. Doesn't look like very bunular to me. I like things that are that are dark. Oh, nothing bright, he says. Yeah, bright colored. Okay, so none of those were doing it. Yeah, Finn's story. Yeah, Phasma. Yeah, there was a lot of character opportunity that just fell by the wayside, for sure, in the sequel movies, for sure. And of course, part of that, if I had to guess, was probably trading directors back and forth like that. It was handing things off like that constantly. It was probably doing them no favors. But yeah, but I feel the same way about the prequels. I feel like there was characters in the prequels that I would have liked to have seen more of, which we eventually did get more of. Well, actually, no, I guess we didn't. I was about to say we did get more of them, because with the Mandalorian series, you know, we get some stuff. But I guess never mind. I was about to say that it actually has no relation to the prequels, I don't think. Because I was gonna say I would have liked to have seen a little bit more from Jango. I thought he was an interesting character, Jango Fett. Like there was other like side characters that just were kind of picked up and dropped kind of willy-nilly, which was disappointing. Let's go shopping. Oh, I can't afford the big one. Yeah, Rogue One, incredible movie. Incredible movie. That's a movie where if someone says they just straight up don't like Star Wars, I point them towards Rogue One, because it might not convert them. It might not make them, you know, turn them into a fan overnight, but it might at least make them go like, all right, at least it's not terrible. Like, at least there's like something here for like someone who's maybe not a Star Wars fan and doesn't need a bunch of lore already. And that's the problem too. If you're not a big fan of older movies, and I know people like that. I know people that are just not big into old movies. So if you don't like older movies and you don't want to have to watch 3 not short movies to be able to understand the lore of the prequel and sequel movies, then I could see somebody being like, not my thing, but Rogue One is such a great self-contained adventure. God, great fucking movie. Great fucking movie. Yeah, KS20 is great, yeah. Or K2S0, rather, yeah. So the Bunyip is an Australian lad. An Australian lad. It's odd to see him in this India and North Carolina. Unexpected. I would think that southeastern Australia would be a little bit far out from North Carolina, and yet here we are. Right, so I was able to get no line upgrades, but I was able to get the knife and a plastic spear, but I guess it's a good plastic. I think of plastic spear, I think it's gonna be Garbo. But maybe it's not Garbo. Has good maneuverability. That was a resub from Whale. What's up, Whale? We're not catching whale tonight, but we are catching other sea fauna. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little game. This is Scale the Depths. I'm going to intentionally go against the current. See if there's anything up here. Oh, I thought there'd be something up there. There's another shipwreck and some big boys. Give me the big boy. Yeah, I got the big snapper. Make it snappy. We got the big snappy boy. Let's see if we can go around the other direction, because there's probably a better direction to go for reaching these areas. In fact, I don't think I've actually been this far. This far down. This far down to Clown. Get the treasure. There we go. Get a little cosmetic nifty fella. That's good. Ooh, a switch. I love hitting a switch. That guy. Oh, I should have gotten the fellow while I was at it. That's okay. I get this thing. Oh, couldn't quite get it. That's okay. We'll go back. We shall go back. Thank you for that resub, Whale. 83 goddamn years. I say it every time, Whale. It's a good thing neither of us are getting old. 83 years young and never looked better. 83 years young and you don't look a day over 82. Thank you for that resub, dude. Big appreciate. This barrel is being a shitter. Stubbornly trying to get down to this thing. There we go. I probably could have got the upgrade that lets me break the barrels and just do it that way, but I was being stubborn. I was being stubborn, a thing I rarely do in video games or in life in general. Alex being a stubborn little shitter, I would have never guessed. Would have never guessed. So I got the hogfish. You're cranking that hogfish, man. We're cranking them out. Gimme the hoggy fishies. I'm gonna hog all the fishies. I wonder if I can lower that anchor. 7 years coming up, man. Dude, 7 years since Cook Serve Delicious 2. Holy cannoli. That's amazing. Well, like I said, that reiterates my point, Will. It's a good thing neither of us are getting old. Thank fucking goodness. Thank goodness. It says, alright, y'all know about Boba Fett and Jango Fett. But what about fettuccine? Delicious. That was not really a necessary upgrade. Got the hog fishies. We got the Snoopy boys, the snoots. Maybe the snoots. That's the long nose gar. Oh, came me to grab that one. That's fine too. It's a Scale the Depths, by the way. Very cool little fish finding and fish cleansing and fish selling games. You get to you explore, you find extra secrets, you find big ass fish, you bring them to the service, and you slice and dice them. You clean and gut them, and offer them up to the local fauna as who act as customers. So sea otters and pelicans and alligators, that kind of thing. It's a pretty cool little game. It's pretty neat. Pretty neato. Pretty neato. This knife only goes one direction. There we go. Some knives are bi-directional. This one is not. But it is a cool red color. That's more important. Cleaning out hoarder houses? Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that kind of stuff before. Never in person, thankfully. I've never seen that kind of thing in person. But like those kinds of shows. How does their situation get to that point? Yeah. I mean, of course, the answer a lot of times, of course, is mental health. You know, usually there's like a lot of shit that led to that point, of course. It's such a wide reach. Wide-reaching. Far-reaching. Not able to get all of it in one fell swoop, but pretty darn good, though. Pretty darn good. Dave the Diver, yeah. That's the probably third time tonight someone's mentioned, by the way, this does remind me of Dave the Diver. And I've heard that game's really good. This game, of course, is much more recent and is a smaller scale. This is a smaller scale kind of game. Oh, scale the depths. Scales on fishes. I'm just saying, I might be cooking here, but no, I've heard that. I understand this game like has had a smaller budget and is a less out there kind of game. Whereas Dave the Diver probably does a lot of things bigger and a lot of things better. Of course, they had a new expansion recently just dropped. I've heard it's very good. I've heard Dave the Diver is a really good one, so it's on my list for sure. I haven't played it, and I actually haven't really watched much of the game, so I don't really know what the gameplay is like. I'm assuming a lot of it comes down to being Dave and conducting some diving. I don't know exactly how much of it is similar as far as, like, you know, upgrading your stuff and exploring to new regions and collecting different kinds of fish. I mean, that would make sense. That would make sense, but I should play at some point. The hogfish, we got two different colors of hogfish, but it seems like when there's different colors, that doesn't always translate into different variants in our Fishipedia. There's kind of like a fish wiki we're filling out as we're exploring and as we're finding cool stuff. There's a long-nosed boy. Look at that snoot. It's a long-ass snoot. A long boy. Yeah, not quite enough width on this knife to cover the full breadth of it in one fell swoop, but it's able to do pretty good. There we go. And there we go. Big long fella. And then small guy at the end. Bloop, bloop. Nice little two-tap. Very good, very good. So did I ever figure out what the bald eagle likes? Oh, right. I was talking about the Fishipedia. So here's the Fishipedia, and we just have the, where is he? Here he is. Yeah, so this is only the one hogfish, even though there was different colors. The tricky thing is that, like, you can see there's going to be different kinds of snappers, most likely. But that's the lane snapper. There's probably a, I mean, well, he's red, but there's probably a red snapper and some other kind of snapper, too. And also some kind of coelacanth demon thing down there. That's a legendary fellow to capture at the end. The bald eagle, do I know what he's all about? He does not like the crayfish. He says something big and full of nutrients. Well, I mean, motherfucking big-ass motherfucker here. The snapper ought to do it. Oh, snap, that did it. Oh, snap the snapper. Who snaps the snapper? There's the bunyip. Prefers the dark. We did not find what he likes nor dislikes. I mean, probably the hogfish, right? Oh, he doesn't like it. Out of my face at once. Oh, because it's brightly colored. Oh, what about the bluegill? Or the slippery dick, or the crayfish? So yeah, no bright colors. So he might have liked the other hogfish then, for that matter. Spotted eagle, I think he likes the... Or spotted eagle, well, yeah, spotted eagle ray. He likes the bluegill and something else. The bluegill for you. Hogfish? Yeah, he liked it. Wasn't, like, on his list. There's the alligator, by the way. Something ancient, he says. That was a pretty good one I just gave him, but not ancient necessarily. So I can do another... Actually, I can't do an upgrade of both. Probably the lure. Or not the lure, but the spear, the tip. Hashtag just the tip. It's getting pretty late, so I think we're getting near the end here. I think we'll probably just do one more dive. Or one more series of dives. One more filling of the bucket. And then that will do it. Close to treasure, an arrow will appear. That's kind of nice. But I do kind of like the fish bag go up. Let's unequip that one, though. That sounds nice, yeah. The treasure one is nice. The spring one is tempting. We probably don't need the rubber glove, but it is a nice to have when it comes to getting around the jellyfish. So that is nice to have. This thing is fast. Fast boy. So... that's right. I went to the right because I was trying to find another way around this kind of extra section. Down this way. Another one of those guys. It's something truly ancient. That might be the hogfish. I'll grab one while we're here. Oh, actually, you know what? There's something in there, probably. In those bushes. Should check down there. Something in them are bushes. It's actually open to avoid that guy. I'm not trying to fill up my bucket prematurely. Explore this one already? Yes, I did. Same kind of thing here. Oh, thought I had not explored that one, but apparently I had. Well, goddamn. So in that case, I'm gonna go to the right then. As far to the right as I can go. See if I can approach the other direction. What I meant to do. That's right too, yeah. Oh, that's right. I didn't actually full explore down here. Those guys. There's something over there. Oh, no, there's not. Oh, no, that was an artifact. Okay, I thought it was just some garbage. Some garbage. Turns out it was something. And get down to that little shipwreck area again. I'm trying to avoid picking up things if I can help it because I'm trying to explore. And cool down here. Some treasure. Well, that's just a basic treasure though, nothing fancy. Some monies. 400 bones, not bad, not bad. Thought for sure at the bottom of a shipwreck like that there'd be something a little bit more exciting. Probably gonna fill up our bucket pretty soon here, if I had to guess. Because we passed by a lot of, like, wounded in the red fishes. They're easy to slurp up. The old easy slurp. Oh, right, that was a dead end. Anything else here? Looking for other, like, secret zones. Oh, that's fine. Found some pretty big ones, though. In fact, including one that might satisfy that alligator. He wants something real big. As expected. Get a big customer like that, a literal big customer like that, they're probably a large appetite. Big McLarge, huge appetite. Not so much the crayfish, but they're easy. Scub. Look at this red knife looks, it's very badass. And the fact that it's red makes it better, obviously. Speaking of big and red. He's almost pogging. It's almost a pog face. This man said, well, you know what? I'm on the way out. Might as well look very excited. If you're going out, you might as well have a smile on your face. Rub-a-dub-dub. Nice clean eel. Able to one-shot a lot of the parasites, which is nice. A lot of the worms. Not all of them, but the lesser fellas. For them all to expose. There we go. Some of them are still hiding, which is surprising. It's almost like the red color maybe like startles them or something. Usually, if you approach slow, then it just kind of works out for you. Oh shit. I wonder if the bright color has some kind of bearing. We wait. There we go. And there we go. Big old spicy noodle. I mean, not spicy, but slithery noodle. Scrub, 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 scrub. A whole bunch of parasite fellas. These are not the worm fellers, but they're little, like, sucker boys. Little sucker fellas. Yeah. So whittle away at the barnacles. Whole bunch on this side, on the tail. Even though we're chopping off the tail anyway. It's kind of funny on this end with the tail fin going. Looks like it has a bone. It's like the shape of a femur right there. Fish bone. Bada bing, bada boom. Small dudes. Is that it? Another big guy. Skip. All the gross ass algae. At least it's algae, not straight up pollution. If it was pollution, I'd feel bad. Still gross, but you know, algae is like, at least it's natural and organic. It's something at least. There we go. The small dudes go, yeah, they go by quickly, thankfully. It is nice. Especially with the better equipment. Pop through them real quick, like. There we go. Almost get the full width. One pass through. That's pretty impressive. Almost the full width. I'm sure the top sword can probably do it. I've yet to unlock, or the top knife. I've yet to get the top knife in any of the regions in this game. I'm sure it's enormous. Those dudes. We cleave through those guys nice and quick. There we go. And there we go. Barnacle time. Very good. Like how sometimes when you chop something off, sometimes they just kind of fall off to the side. Other times they go boom, 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 boom. They like spin out real quick. And a slippery dick to round us up for the night. Always love a slippery dick in the end. Who doesn't find themselves enjoying a slippery dick right in the end? Right in the end, that's right. He says, no slimy stuff. What's not slimy? Is a hogfish slimy? He did love it. So we don't know what the alligator's all about. One like and one dislike. We know he does not like hogfish, specifically. Likes dark things. American eel? This guy, black sea bass. Yeah, that's the one he likes. Sea bass, baby. Have another sea bass. I have a bluegill. It's kind of like a sea bass if you just don't look very, very closely. Here, have a dick in the end. There we go. So alligator. Still don't know what he's all about. Probably something big. American eel does not. Oh, right. Of course he would like the eel, obviously. I'm just throwing various stuff at him just to see what sticks. Oop. And that's the one he likes, which is good. Very good. Very good. Lots of money that time, so we got big upgrade on the Rodney. The big Rodney upgrade. Call me Big Rodney. Anyway, friends, I think it's going to be enough for the night, just because it is getting pretty late. And of course, we didn't beat this level, which is fine. But I'm proud because we did still quite a lot, just in general. We got almost all the treasures in this one level, almost all the customers as well, which is neat. Only a few left, and including whatever the legendary fish is of that area. If I had to guess, it's probably underneath the area with that, like, that kind of hanging purple thing underneath it. I bet that's where the legendary fella is. And also, if unless my eyes deceive me, I think there's only one area left in the game, really, to reach. I mean, it's maybe possible that maybe after you beat this area, maybe more open up, like more become visible on the map. I don't know, obviously, but this game's really neat. I'm really enjoying it. Even though I probably won't be streaming it anymore after tonight, just because, you know, like a couple folks have pointed out, it's a very cool little game to play, but as a stream game, it might be kind of more on the boring side. It is very repetitive. It is very repetitive, and the repetition loop is very enjoyable. I think it's very fun to play. But as a stream game, yeah, you know, it might be a little bit more on the more dull and quiet side, which is fine. Sometimes it's nice to just vibe out and play a game that you can just, you know, maybe not turn your brain off, but, you know, it doesn't, like, occupy, like, a gigantic amount of your attention, so you can just, it's easier to keep up with chat and just kind of chill and vibe, and that's perfectly great. But there's other stuff we want to get to for this week anyway, so this was really good.